Ladies and gentlemen, episode number 445 live. Welcome to WCW Starrcade, our final night of the final push, because we are just around the corner from WCW Slamboree. It's, of course, this Sunday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And is it going to be an absolute thrill ride with three brands going head-to-head for bragging rights supremacy, championship gold, and, of course, looking to be immortalized amongst the wrestling gods. It is going to be one hell of a evening with epic in-ring action all night long, championship matches all night long, and, of course, a lot of great people there to celebrate an entire month of great storylines, angles, and ridiculously awesome matches. So it's going to be a fun night. It's going to be an epic evening, a thrill ride, if you will. But tonight, WCW Starrcade continues the final push and finalizes the final push. And do we have a tremendous card tonight? 9 matches, and of course we've got some faction wars going on tonight. We've got some rivalries that have just reared their ugly heads and came into existence, but they are going to continue to add fuel to their fire as they too are looking to still one more chance at getting into the big dance this Sunday night. Again, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, WCW Slamboree is going to be live, and it is going to be a fire night. But anyways, before we get into tonight's card, which is an absolute spectacular excellent way to end the final push weekend. It's going to be a phenomenal evening. So welcome in, everybody, to WCW Starrcade. But before we get into the show, we're of course going to have a look at the dirt sheet, see what's going on in the world of pro wrestling, see what's crack-a-lackin', see what's if there's any new news and rumors circulating about, of course, tomorrow night's Royal Rumble. So let's have a look and see what's going on. Before I get there, actually, I'm going to quickly open my dashboard so I can actually see what's going on in the chat room. There we go. All right. So give me a moment. I'm just going to go ahead and bring up the dirt sheets and see what's going on there. All right, so right away, I see something from about 4 hours ago. And this is WrestlingNews.co, Angel Arambolas. And it says Ronda Rousey plans for WWE Royal Rumble have changed, apparently. So there have been a few changes made to this year's WWE Royal Rumble matches. Several plans that were laid out several weeks ago have been scrapped. Fightful Select reported today that originally Ronda Rousey was scheduled to defend the SmackDown Women's Championship against Raquel Rodriguez at the Rumble PLE. Premium live event, of course, if nobody knows what that is. The match was bumped by several weeks, and instead, Rousey dropped the belt to Charlotte Flair. Fightful Select also reported that Charlotte Flair was initially on a suggested matches list to wrestle Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship, and Rhea Ripley was scheduled for a match with Rousey. WrestlingNews.co is told that these matches that were scheduled for WrestleMania as of a month ago. Fightful adds that several creative options were presented to Rousey, but they didn't work out, and the decision was made to bump up the match with Rodriguez and then have her drop the belt to Flair. WrestlingNews.co was told that the original plans called for Rousey to walk into WrestleMania as the SmackDown Women's Champion. It's unclear what the plans are for Rousey at Mania. She's currently not advertised for the Royal Rumble PLE. So that's interesting. A little bit of a change with Ronda Rousey. I mean, I feel like it's just... she probably wanted a little bit of time off, and it's probably a bit of a swerve, make us think she's not actually going to be at WrestleMania or at the Royal Rumble, even though she had just lost her championship to Charlotte Flair. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, but it's likely just a swerve. Here's something else from WrestlingNews.co for all of the AEW fans. AEW Dynamite, January 25th, tops 1 million viewers and charts number 3 on cable. So this is by Andrew Ravens. The ratings are in for Wednesday's AEW Dynamite. The show drew 1.003 million viewers, up from the 969,000 viewers the show drew last week. In the 18 to 49 demographic, the show did a 0.32 rating, which is up from the 0.31 last week. Dynamite ranked number 3 in the top 150 shows on cable for the night. The same as the number 3 ranking last week. This was the first time since October the 5th that the show has done over 1 million viewers. Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics reported the news. Here's the breakdown of each demo for the show. And actually, no, I'm not doing that. I got sucked into that last time. There's a whole lot of numbers. There's a whole lot of numbers. What matters is they got 1.003 million viewers throughout the course of the show, and the first time since October 5th. I am not going into break down each and every demographic and exactly what that number is that they drew, because there's a lot. It's the Nielsen ratings. There's a lot. It's not happening. It is not happening. Who did that? That is not funny. I'm not reading it. You can boo me all you want. I am not reading it. There's a lot. There's a whole lot of numbers. Bring up the article. You tell me you want to read that. Good Lord. All right. Let's see what else is crack-a-lacking here. Oh, interesting. Something else from Andrew Ravens. WrestlingNews.co. AEW announces broadcast partnership with DAZN across Europe and Asia. So DAZN announces multi-year, multi-territory exclusive broadcast deal with All Elite Wrestling. DAZN Group announced that it has secured exclusive broadcast rights to top American professional wrestling promotion All Elite Wrestling, AEW, in a multi-year agreement that will bring its premium matches and entertainment to premium matches. Anyways. And entertainment to DAZN subscribers in 42 markets across Europe and Asia. AEW is the new professional wrestling league taking the world by storm, or at least 1.003 million of them. With its meteoric rise, record high ratings, and record high ratings. For who? For them, I guess? For Impact Wrestling? Good Lord. Anyways. World-class roster and highly entertaining. Oh, good God. Anyways, AEW star-studded roster. Star-studded roster. It is star-studded. Anyways. Includes Chris Jericho. That's about the only star in the company. Anyways. Bryan Danielson, MJF, Jon Moxley, Jamie Hayter, Saraya, Kenny Omega, Matt and Nick Jackson, Darby Allin, Sting, Orange Cassidy, Jade Cargill, Dr. Britt Baker, Claudio Castagnoli, a.k.a. Cesaro, Adam Cole, The Acclaimed, Jungle Boy, Samoa Joe, Athena, Tony Storm, Ricky Starks, Wardlow, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Further bolstering stop global pop culture infiltration. AEW has launched impressive collections of video games. Action figures, trading cards, merchandise, and more. Effective immediately, the Red Hot promotion will add more than 200 events annually to DAZN's ever-growing schedule, including AEW Dynamite every Wednesday, AEW Rampage every Friday, and AEW Battle of the Belts 4 times per year. AEW pay-per-views 4 times per year, and AEW Dark Elevation every Monday. AEW Dark every Tuesday. The introduction of AEW to DAZN's schedule is another major addition to the breadth of multi-sport content available on the platform and further cements DAZN as a growing global home of combat sports. AEW will be available on DAZN in the following countries: Albania, Alderney, Armenia, and you know what? There's a bunch of things I can't pronounce and or will butcher. So there's a lot of places in Asia and Europe, including Albania and Uzbekistan, Turkey, Portugal. There's, Gibraltar, there's France, there's a few. There's a few, and there's a few more that I can't pronounce properly. Right? So I'm not going there. But anyways, so about DAZN. DAZN is the leading digital sport platform in Italy, Spain, Germany, Belgium, Portugal, Japan, Canada. Canada, is it? Interesting. U.S. and the U.K. It's a wide range of exclusive content. Includes top-flight football from the world's most popular competitions, Bangladesh, English Premier League, J-League. So basically, there's a lot of sports content on DAZN because it just keeps going. Global home for women's football. About AEW, founded by CEO, GM, and head of creative Tony Khan in 2019, AEW is offering an alternative. An alternative. Can we please fucking define alternative? Seriously. Anyways. Thank you, Glenola. Appreciate the break time. I do see that. Appreciate that very much. But anyways, an alternative to mainstream wrestling with a roster of world-class talent that is injecting new spirit, freshness, and energy into the industry. All right. I got to stop reading this. It is a ghastly article. All right. So here's something from WrestlingNews.co. Teddy Long. Well, first of all, it's by Michael Shroot, but Teddy Long said I told Sami Zayn at WWE Raw. He said, brother, you got it. I ain't blowing smoke up your ass. So Teddy Long spoke on Sportskeeda Wrestling Time Machine about his experience at WWE Raw 30 this past Monday night. Teddy Long talking about being at Raw 30. He said, it's always great to go back to the WWE. You know, that's my home. Okay, I'll put it like that. Just to be able to see some of the guys that I had the chance to work with and see they're still around. I had a chance to talk to Taker, seeing Triple H and all those guys. You know, a lot of it reminded me so much of the Attitude Era. A lot of segments that they did last night was kind of like the Attitude Era. So, I mean, I really enjoyed myself. I sat down, me and Ron Simmons, JBL. We watched all the matches, and we just had a great time, man. Teddy Long said he spoke with Sami Zayn. He said, I pulled Sami to the side last night. I told him, I said, brother, you got it. You got it. I said, you got it. I ain't blowing smoke up your ass. I said, I don't do this. If I pull you off and tell you something, I'm telling you because I see it. I said, you're just real, and that makes it all the better when you're real. And I told him those words last night. Sami Zayn is going to be the next big superstar if they push him right. On if WWE should stick with their plans for Roman Reigns to wrestle Cody Rhodes, The Rock, or an outsider like Steve Austin. Long said that it's too quick for Sami versus Roman, but that that match would be built up so that he could be ready for Roman. That does not really answer the question. Teddy Long's prediction on who will win this year's Royal Rumble. He said, Omos, how do you not recognize a big guy like that? He may not win it, but like I said, we never know, so I predict him.
Together we will grow.
Man predicted Omos. Man predicted Omos is going to win the Royal Rumble. I mean, if Omos wins the Royal Rumble,
so the Archerverse.
If Omos wins the Royal Rumble, I am putting him on the list. I'm putting him on the list. Clenola's shouting himself out.
Come in peace to watch the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence with the army of the
Way to go, Glenola. finally have an opportunity to shout yourself out. You don't get to do that very often. Anyways, Glenola, how's your night? How's your night going? What's new and exciting? Anything? It is crack-a-lackin' in Glenolaville.
Crap, sick on top of what I messaged you.
Crap, sick on top of what I messaged you. Oh, well that is not good. I hope you get better. Speedy recovery. Being sick is not fun. I mean, I had a bit of a bad day yesterday myself because I ended up getting injured at work. I had to come home early because of a poorly stacked skid that collapsed on me. That was fun. I was in a very foul mood yesterday, as you can imagine. But anyways, feeling much better today. The arm's still a little tender, but not like it was yesterday. That said, I did wake up this morning realizing that I must have at some point during that whole thing transpiring, it managed to hurt my back a little bit too, and I just probably didn't notice because my arm was so sore yesterday, so my brain was basically focused on that. But yeah, I woke up today, and it's like somebody took the end of a baseball bat and just jammed me in the fucking back with it. So, going back to bed, have a great show. All right, Glenola, have a great night. Get better, and we'll talk to you soon. We'll see you Sunday night for sure. Sunday night for sure. WCW Slamboree, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, tomorrow night is Royal Rumble. Now, I think we're getting together on Discord to watch Royal Rumble. I'm not 100% sure about that. But I do believe that is the thought process. We'll have to see how that plays out. But as far as I know, right now, a bunch of us are supposed to get on Discord and watch Royal Rumble, Glenola, if you want to watch the Royal Rumble. If you're feeling better, of course. A skid following you has a tendency to hurt you. Yeah. It's very uncomfortable. It's quite uncomfortable. I don't know if you've ever injured your back in some capacity, but I mean anything to do with the back just sucks, period. Right? Well, it wasn't actually the skid that fell on me. It was a poorly stacked skid, so it was a bunch of, buttered chicken, frozen buttered chicken. So, there's that. It was buttered chicken. That is not funny. Froggy, whoever did that, that is not funny. And it hurt, by the way. How dare you find pleasure in my dismay? But yeah, no, I'm feeling, but yeah, well, frozen definitely makes it. I mean, I wouldn't, to be fair, I would not want an entire pallet of unthawed chicken falling on me either. But thankfully I was able to not get hit in the face by the damn thing. So, but the problem is I managed to really aggravate an old injury that is still healing. So that there's that too. I was a little angry. I will say that I was a little angry because no pallet should ever in anybody's freezer be packed that poorly that it's going to fall on somebody. It's just not, it shouldn't be a thing. But good no cocks hit you in the face. No cocks hit me in the face. No cocks. That is not funny, by the way. Not funny. You and Froggy can both fist each other if you would like. You can do that. Alright, but anyways, let's get back to the dirt sheets. See what's going on. Let's see here.
Lurk. Glenola, it doesn't
so here's something from about 10 hours ago by Michael Schrute, WrestlingNews.co. It says
Sounds
WWE's LA Knight reacts to those who say he sounds like The Rock. Following his big segment at WWE Raw 30, LA Knight spoke with Chris Van Vliet. Knight on being in the ring with Undertaker, he said, well, I'll tell you what, he was about this close to getting it says getting the. I imagine it was supposed to be a, but anyway, slap right in the mouth, but I decided to spare him. But I'll tell you the truth, it's funny because you always hear the cliche when you're standing in that ring and the bell tolls, it's chills. And I'm like, sure. Once that hit, it was chills. It was pretty wild. But at the same time, to be standing there and doing my thing and to be recognized, the audience was right on top of everything I had to say, even with the Undertaker in the ring. So I mean, that's a big feather in my cap as far as I'm concerned. At the same time, looking at a guy who's undoubtedly a legend, Hall of Famer, it's crazy night leading into this Royal Rumble. On him sounding like The Rock, he said, well, what's so funny is as I go online, and Twitter might be the worst thing in the world, the amount of people I've been compared to, and said that I am is outstanding. And every day I'll see a new one, I'll be just like, wait, who? So yeah, it's not surprising. Sometimes you would just hear my voice or you'd hear his voice, and it would be tough to tell who was who until the person's face came on the screen, and you're like, oh yeah. But I don't know. I don't think otherwise there's a whole lot alike. It's just my normal speaking voice. But, I don't think that once I actually get amped up or anything like that, I think I kind of lose it at that point. On the difference between LA Knight and Eli Drake, for those of you that don't know, Eli Drake was his persona over on Impact Wrestling as well as NWA. He said, to be honest, there really isn't. They are one and the same. The funniest thing is a lot of times, again, from social media, they're like, oh, I miss Eli Drake. I'm like, you dummy, it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. LA Knight is Eli Drake. Eli Drake is LA Knight. So, look, use what brought you to the dance. I know what brought me to the dance, and I'm doing a little dance with it. That's what I'm doing right now, so the idea that anybody thinks it's anything different just because they changed around some letters. On if there's the difference between LA Knight and Max Dupree. He said, oh boy, who? Night and day. Very much so. We couldn't be more opposite ends of the spectrum. On the change from Max Dupree back to LA Knight, there's an undeniable thing there where it's like you get told that, well, if you want to go legit, you should maybe think about trying this or that. And in my head, I'm like, all right, let me just go ahead and do what I need to do, get ahead here. And so that's what I do for a minute. But at some point, eventually, I got to come to terms with the fact that I can't be anything other than myself. And that is where that interview ends. Just says if it'll update if there's any additional information or anything or other discussions with LA Knight are had. Here's something interesting. Again, Michael Schroot, WrestlingNews.co. Apparently Chris Masters made a pitch to people in WWE for a Hurt Lock versus Master Lock feud with Bobby Lashley. Actually, I would have been down for that. So anyway, it says Steve Falls 10 Count uploaded a clip from an interview with former WWE star Chris Masters, a.k.a. Chris Adonis, who he wrestles under now. Masters was asked if he would like to be in the Royal Rumble. He said, the desire is always there a little bit because this is what I love to do, and I still do it. Even as far as last week, as long as I've been outside of WWE, I've never pitched a comeback, and it's just because I didn't look at it as an option for after the second time. After the first time, sure, but after the second time, I was like, well, I got to move on. I still want to wrestle, but it's just not going to be on television with WWE, and that's okay. I can do other things in the business as well as time goes on, but this last year at the Royal Rumble was the first time it's been well over 10 years. I'd seen MVP come back. I've seen Shelton come back. I've seen Carlito come back. I kind of felt like, sure, it's been 10 years. I mean, it feels like a good time. It's been so long. It's like, who else can they bring back that will be a bigger surprise at this point out of the least of those guys that have been gone? Then you also think of the whole Bobby Lashley aspect, the idea of the Hurt Lock versus the Master Lock thing. So when the Royal Rumble came around, I kind of started to petition for it a little bit. And there were some talks with even some of the people I knew within WWE. So it wasn't like it was just, going on deaf ears. Bobby last year ended up not being in the Rumble. If you remember, everything changed. Everything got flipped upside down. So that kind of took a lot of steam out of it. He said, let me just make one thing clear before we move off this. When I petitioned for this, it wasn't for the sake of, I need to make a comeback to WWE, or I want to make a comeback, and this should lead to something. I know as a wrestling fan, we're always looking for that oh shit moment. You would have that moment of Hurt Lock versus Master Lock. It's finally going to happen. Wait, what? It's finally going to happen? Oh, I see what he's saying. Never mind. I kind of misread that last little piece there for a moment. All right, just going to catch up with the chat here, see what's going on. Not a whole lot, apparently. All right. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the show on the go, get things crack-a-lacking. We have 9 matches of pure fire to get underway. It is the final night for the final push week. And we're going to add some fuel to the fire as we continue on into this Sunday's WCW Slamboree. So without further ado, episode number 445. Live. Let's go. And here we go. The final evening for the final push is upon us. WCW Starrcade is going to add some fuel to the fire and take us right into WCW Slamboree this Sunday night. And we're going to get things started with the first match of the evening here in just one moment. And of course, again, there's no betting lines until the championship rounds, where there's the final 3 matches of the card. However, that changes Sunday night, doesn't it? As you all know, at the stream previews, you have the opportunity to open up the betting lines all night long and make bets on your matches. But here we go. First match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. As you all recall, a certain faction started rivalries with not just one but 2 different factions. Started a rivalry with the Wolfpack and then picked a fight with the Coalition. Beat both of them. Then the Coalition, they decided they were not taking it lying down. They were going to bite back and fight back. But man, oh man, what a match. It went on for just about an hour. 8-man tag to brag elimination matchup, and there were no eliminations, and it did not look like they were in jeopardy of having one. Referee called it a draw, and that is where we left the evening. So the Coalition is now 1 loss and 1 draw to the Natural Disasters. And of course, the Wolfpack is 0-1 as a faction. Now that said, Robodex and Elijah Archer both recently defeated members of the Natural Disasters over at YTD Academy. We had Robodex taking on Andre the Giant, and what a fantastic match. Action-packed from bell to bell, but Robodex picked up the big W, defeating the Giant. And then, of course, Elijah Archer went on to topple the King, Kong Bundy. Also a great match, but for the most part, Archer did dominate that matchup. So, they have defeated members of the Natural Disasters in singles competition, but it is in tag team competition in a faction war that they're having in the problem. So tonight they're going to try and solve that issue as they accept a challenge one more time from the Natural Disasters, who are looking to wipe out the Coalition. So who do you guys think walks out with the W? Is it going to be the Natural Disasters, or is it going to be the Coalition? Again, they've lost matches to the Coalition in singles competition, but they are one win and one draw against them as a faction in tag team competition.
Guess who?
But that's the question for the evening. Who's walking out with the W? The Natural Disasters or the Coalition? We are going to find out right now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado. The first match of the night, the Natural Disasters, the Coalition, 8-man tag to brag elimination matchup. That is how we're setting the tone for the night, baby. Let's go.
Hello.
All right, so while we're waiting for those gents to hit the squared circle, I'm going to get back to the dirt sheet, see what's going on in the world of pro wrestling again, see what we're missing, if anything at all. Yo, girly girl! What's going on, girly girl? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. I know it's not our usual night, and I know a lot of people are busy on Thursday nights, but as it is, here's the thing. I have a little mini grand he coming tomorrow to visit, and I'm going to be preoccupied having a lot of fun with a little tiny person. So I will not be available for the broadcast booth, therefore there would be no show tomorrow night, which is Friday night, which is WCW Starrcade night. Then I had decided, hey, let's do the show Saturday. But we don't really like to have shows on Saturdays the night before a stream preview, right? It's not something we do anymore. So I decided, well, I was off at a decent time tonight. I was able to come home, relax, have a good time. Had some extra time. I'm off tomorrow. So it was time to get the show on the go. Now that said, I was fully aware this isn't our regular evening for a show. I'm also aware people are busy on other channels, other streams. So I knew that this show might be being recorded simply for the main purpose of people to have a VOD to watch. So anybody that shows up, I appreciate it. Anybody that doesn't, totally understandable. Again, not a normal night for the Archerverse. In any case, yo, Jontus. What's going on, Jontus? Welcome in. Appreciate you stopping by. Welcome to episode number 445.
Not much.
We're just getting things underway. The Coalition versus the Natural Disasters. 8-man tag to brag elimination style matchup. It's going to be a great way to start the night. Set the tone for the evening.
I have ads.
But anyways, welcome in. So, Judges, what's going on? Girly Girl, what's going on? Yo, Girly Girl's got ads. Girly Girl's got ads. 5 of them. Savage. That is ghastly. That is ghastly. All right, Johnson says, not much. Ads are stupid. Ads are stupid. Sometimes people just decide to subscribe just so they don't have to watch ads. It's one of those things. People just don't like ads. I mean, we don't like watching commercials on TV. Therefore, we do not want to watch ads on our channels either. Especially for the very tiny bit of revenue it adds. You know? The tiny bit of revenue that it adds to any streamer that is an affiliate or partner.
I hope Archer loses.
What to say? I hope Archer loses. Well, I mean, that's a possibility, right? We all know that. I mean, if we were to look back, I bet you Archer's pretty close to have lost as many matches as he's won. That said, it's not a one-on-one matchup, so he's got some help tonight. Oddly enough, I only see 3 of them. There should be 4. No idea where Nick Aldis is. Nick Aldis is missing at the moment. Did somebody kidnap him? Did natural disaster squash him before he could get to the ring? I mean, what is going on here? It is not supposed to be a handicap match, just so it's clear. Not supposed to be a handicap match. It should be an 8-man tag to brag, which means 4 people per side. That or somebody is just really tardy and hasn't made it to the ring yet. But I don't see him anywhere. I see King Kong Bundy. I see Andre the Giant. I saw Bruiser Brody. Wait a minute. I don't see Psycho Sid either. I mean, are Psycho Sid and Nick Aldis battling it out backstage? Oh, here, there they are. Look. It's magic. Poof, there they are. That's not as fun as whoop, there it is, but. Alright, so anyways.
That means each individual has to be ready to pick up the ball and win the match by themselves.
Back to the dirt sheets.
What a strike to the back.
If there is any.
He evades the attack. Tagged with a punch.
If anybody wants to know, apparently there's a Jay Briscoe tribute and celebration of life now available on YouTube. This is by WrestlingNews.co. Andrew Ravens says ROH has released the Jay Briscoe tribute and celebration of life. The show is on YouTube channel and streaming service Honor Club. The 3-hour show features some of the past matches and bouts taped last Wednesday featuring AEW and ROH stars. Promos are also included from stars such as BJ Whitmer, Samoa Joe, Adam Cole, Matt Hardy, Christopher Daniels, Eddie Kingston, Austin Gunn, Stokely Hathaway, and Claudio Castagnoli. Talking about the late wrestler who passed away last Tuesday in a car accident. Here are the recently taped matches featured on the tribute show. ROH Championship match, Claudio Castagnoli versus Christopher Daniels. ROH Pure Championship match, Wheeler Yuta versus Hagani Shino. And ROH Women's Championship match, Athena versus Madison Reigns. Eddie Kingston versus QT Marshall. Juice Robinson versus Brandon Cutler. Marina Shafir versus Mighty Mayra. Yaka Sakazaki versus Sandra Moon. And as previously reported, AEW's Tony Khan pushed hard to change Warner Brothers Discovery's minds for Jay Briscoe tribute that took place on Wednesday's Dynamite. Jay's brother Mark made his promotional debut by beating Jay Lethal in the main event. And I hadn't watched that yet, so now I know who won anyway. Not that I didn't think it was going to end any other way than that, to be fair, but I mean, as it should, right? It's his brother.
He's in off the tag.
So, but anyways, yo, life is great. What's going on, life? I've been here for a bit. How dare you be silent? How dare you keep yourself from the masses? Don't make me call you Glenola. I will call you Glenola. Matter of fact, I'll start a new category on Discord. Life is Glenola. Was getting ready for tomorrow. Just got home. Tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Am I missing something? Do you have something exciting going on? Are you buying a new house? New car? You going to college? Maybe win the lottery? Did you get an inherit? Work, more work. Oh, that is not. I mean, couldn't you have lied? I mean, I gave you a bunch of options there, and you just went with work. You just went with work. You just ran with the same old, same old. You know? I mean, Come on, life.
He stops the count for his partner.
Anyways, how was your day, life? And girly girl, if you're still here, how was your life? Not your life. I was talking to life. How was your day?
Oh, that just looks nasty.
All right. So, anyways, injury update on AEW's Britt Baker from about 13 hours ago. Andrew Ravens again. So it says AEW announced Wednesday morning that Britt Baker had been pulled from her scheduled triple threat match against Ruby Soho and Toni Storm on Dynamite. It was changed to Soho versus Storm in a singles match on the show. While speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted while he's not sure what the injury is, he's been told it won't keep Baker on the sidelines for long. Yeah, so Britt had an injury, and that's the way it was described to me. I don't know what the injury was. Is that she's not hurt badly, and she possibly could have wrestled, but it would have been a bad idea for her to wrestle, Meltzer added. Brian Alvarez brought up Baker wrestling injured in the past, including a broken wrist. Broken wrist in the past. I heard it wasn't serious. It doesn't look like it was a knee or anything. Whatever it is, she's not expected to be out of action very long. And he just says that's what he was told. That is what he was told.
And lots happening, and I was running on no sleep today.
He's got big plans.
Here's another wrestling news.co. Andrew Ravens. Nikki Bella says WWE told her they had nothing for her and Brie. So the Bella twins, Nikki and Brie Bella, got people talking on Monday night after the WWE Raw 30 show when they got called out. When they called out WWE for not showcasing anything from the Women's Evolution. Nikki said that it's because Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, is in it, and we can't. Mercedes is too over. We can't say her name. Moné was seen in the opening video package. The only female WWE legend on the show was Medusa, a.k.a. Alundra Blaze. That's the one that actually threw the WWF Women's Championship in the garbage can over on WCW, which is what they were afraid, that Bret Hart would do something similar just out of spite, which is how the Montreal Screwjob happened, of course. So anyways, while speaking on Instagram Live, Nikki addressed why they weren't on the show, and the hashtag WWE Women Deserve Better trending on social media. So I want to take a second to get on and talk about a few things. First, about maybe a few wrestling headlines I saw, because as you will see, the narrative will try to get changed. So some people look good and others look bad. This is what's so amazing about this platform. We get to talk about the truth, right? This week, from Monday till Thursday, Brie and I and Artem have been booked on Crazy Media because of the premiere of Nikki Bella Says I Do. That is for Thursday night. WWE-owned show, by the way, which is why you see trailers on Monday Night Raw. We were hoping, I think it was weeks ago, we were talking about going to Raw. They said they had nothing for us, so we were booked on media on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then there was possibly maybe an idea. Our whole team, including WWE and everybody else, had booked us for the Monday being in New York. Whatever you see of stuff, all of a sudden the stories change. That's to clean up and throw it on people. Nope. We already had these commitments per the company we work for and everyone else. So I know people like to throw it on people, but I'm not going to let that happen, Nikki stated. Regarding them calling out WWE for lack of booking female talent on the show, she praised the fans for sticking up for women through their social media posts. She mentioned watching Raw when WWE had stars like Beth Phoenix, Candice Michelle, Melina, Mickie James, because that was her era, just like people have their own eras and memories. I love that you're doing the hashtag, and I think you're going to see a lot of narratives play because people have to protect themselves. And you're going to get a lot of women blamed and people calling themselves crybabies. It's like, no, we put in just as much effort and work. All those women do. All of them. And from every era. Not just women, but men too, because I think some male superstars can feel away. Anyone who ever walks down that ramp and gets in the ring, one, they're putting their body on the line, and they have a love and passion for the business. And anyone in any job, whether it's wrestling, whether it's a desk job working 8 to 5.
I hope you're able to rest soon.
And that's where they stopped the article. That was a really weird place to cut that off, but anyways, is what it is, I guess. Alright, let's see what else is going on. And actually, I'm going to quickly catch up with the chat here. Yo, Luke the Gooner! What's going on, Luke? Gotta get up early, so heading to sleep. Alright, Luke, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you. Episode number 445. Would not have been the same without you, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Luke, hey, listen, there's no disappointment. Hey, I'm not even supposed to be live tonight. I'm actually only live tonight so that I can get Starrcade up and on the go, because otherwise, see, tomorrow night I've had an alteration to my schedule, so I can't run the show tomorrow night. We're not going to run Starrcade the night before we do Slamboree, so I had some free time tonight, and I happen to be off tomorrow, so I decided to do Starrcade tonight. I knew there was a possibility that we might have low attendance tonight. I knew that. It's okay. I am just here for a good time. That is correct. I knew this was... There's a reason we don't stream on Thursday nights. We don't run shows on Thursday nights, right? We stopped running show on Thursdays a long time ago. But it is what it is. And anybody that does show up, I appreciate. Anybody that doesn't and is busy or on other channels or they're working or they're at a party or whatever the reason may be, that is perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. But Luke, the fact of the matter is this. You showed up, didn't you? You stopped by, didn't you? You came in, said hello, had a conversation, enjoyed a bit of the show, enjoyed the community that's here. Therefore, nothing disappointing at all. That's right, the VOD is always there too, and first and foremost, we will always have a VOD there. Because if there's one thing that the Archiverse has always done, we've always ran a show, whether we had 1 viewer, 10 viewers, 20 viewers, doesn't matter. There's always a VOD there for people to watch because it is the most must-see show on Twitch TV. Whammo! Just like that. That's how it's going down. But anyways, yeah, Luke, I appreciate you being here. Don't worry about anybody being disappointed. No disappointment, sir. At all. Appreciation, of course. To be honest, I appreciate when people have their own schedules. You know, I mean, you can't be here all the time, right? It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate, like, I mean, there's a lot of people that stop by all the time every time we run a show, and that's appreciated, but I like to see that other people also have things to do. Had my last game of Pez and jumped in bed. Nice. Hopefully you're speaking to us with clothes on, otherwise I feel violated now. You didn't even buy dinner first. How dare you?
This arena has come unglued.
How dare you, sir? Naked English fucker. Just moonwalking in here with no clothes on. I don't sleep naked. Well, I said moonwalking. I hope you don't moonwalk in your sleep, because that's got to be terrible for the bed sheets. Terrible for the bed sheets. Redeem Tree of Knowledge or Rotten Fruit. I'm the only one on. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Not funny. But, alright. Tree of Knowledge or Rotten Fruit. So, let's see. Alright, here's one. Okay, so when I was younger, There was this beach we used to like to go to all the time. Near it was probably 2 or 3 kilometers away from where we lived. It was a bit of a bike, especially when you were younger, but we went anyways. It was always fun. There was always girls there too, so it was always worth the trip. But anyways, on my way, there was a bunch of us, probably 5, 6, 7 of us all going down, and everybody wanted to stop at the top of this one hill. We were like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes away. I'm like, why don't we just wait and they wanted to stop and have a cigarette and whatever else they were going to do. I'm like, can we not just keep going? It's like right down at the bottom of the hill, turn right. We can do all that there. And of course, they did not agree with my thoughts. So, well, they lit up and did what they were doing. Had a beer 5 minutes away from the place we were going to go set up camp. Anyways, made no sense to me. But anyways, I mean, they were talking a whole lot of shit. So I happened to see a pile of horse shit sitting on the side of the road. And while they were engaged in conversation, right after they were done talking shit about, the idea, they did not like the idea that I would suggest that, they should wait an additional 5 minutes before they could have a beer or a cigarette. They were just talking all kinds of shit. So while they were talking, when they were done talking shit to me and they were having a conversation amongst themselves, I just happened to see this pile of horse shit on the side of the road. And I looked at my buddy, and he looked at me, and it was like a dried up piece of horse shit, right? It wasn't like it was a fresh patty or anything, but I looked at my buddy, he looked at me. I nodded my head in motion down towards the piece of horse shit, and he starts laughing. And of course, the other two, they think automatically that we're talking about them, which we kind of sort of were, in a manner of speaking, you know what I mean? But anyways, they started lipping again, so I leaned over very carefully because they were still lipping my buddy. And I picked up the piece of horseshit, and I called my buddy. I said, hey, and I called his name. I said, come here for a minute. He comes over, I said, my God, there was a lot of shit coming out of your mouth. I said, yeah, you've been just talking shit for the last 10 fucking minutes.
Have a good night.
I said, I've got a great idea. Now that we know how your shit tastes, we want to make sure you know how your own shit tastes. And I took the piece of horse shit and I threw it right in his mouth. And fuck was he mad. So me and my buddy, we take off to the beach and leave them sitting there crying, pissing and moaning because the guy just had horse shit put in his mouth. Now, he's a big dude too, and by the way, if he hadn't caught up to us, he probably would have fucking beat the shit out of us, but at least back then. But we biked ahead, and so they never actually showed up, and we're thinking, man, we must have really scarred them. They must have went home, probably changed their clothes, brushed their teeth, had a shower, whatever they had to do. Well, we were there all day. We weren't paying never mind anything else, but we had a bunch of girls in bikinis, and there was a whole beach to just ourselves because it was like a Wednesday or a Thursday, so it wasn't very busy. It was a good time. It was always a good time there. You need to get those little stationary barbecues you can use and shit, so it was a good time. But anyways, we wondered what happened to them. Like, I'm surprised they didn't show up because we thought for sure they would have shown up to try and chase us down and drown us in the river or some damn thing. So we were shocked that they didn't show up. But anyways, at the end of the night, it was probably 7, 8 o'clock at night. Everybody else is taking off home. A bunch of us were going to go back and have a bonfire and chug back a couple. We get back to where our bikes are. It's like a bike rack. They have a bike rack set up. It's like just inside the gates where you would turn in to go through the little ticket booth to buy a ticket and go park your car. But anyways, neither here nor there. We go to get our bikes to ride home. Well, guess what? The motherfuckers showed up, and not only did they show up, the motherfuckers cut the cocksucking tires right off of our bikes and left the tires sitting beside our bicycles. So we fucking rode home. And I gotta tell you, it was pretty fucking funny too, because I rode behind my buddy because I was just fucking mad, and I didn't. He was gonna talk my ear off. I was riding with him or even beside him. So it's getting really. It's in the middle of the country, right? So we're going down this roadway on the way back home, and it's pitch black, and all you see is a fucking rooster tail of sparks coming off the fuck. Because we're riding home on rims here, right? We're riding home on rims. We don't have tires because the bastards cut them off. But yeah, it was hilarious because all you see is these sparks firing off up into the sky, pitch black, and just fucking funny. So at least there was that, but yeah, those motherfuckers. And I'll tell you, it is not like it was a long ride home. Because if you've ever ridden a bicycle with no tires, those rims, they just keep spinning. And by the way, we were never able to put tires back on those rims. By the time we got back, our rims were fucked. But yeah, it is not easy to ride a bicycle with no tires. Even harder if you got to travel up hills. And oh, by the way, when you go uphill, guess what else you fucking have to do? And guess what? Guess what doesn't work well when there's no tires there? Brakes! Brakes are a beautiful thing, and let me tell you something. We appreciated brakes that much more when we finally got back and we're still fucking safe somehow. Because we weren't able to stop, and there were two different intersections down there where cars, there's lights. So, I mean, we had to keep going through fucking cars. Cars were honking at us. We're like, sorry, just keep on going. But yeah, those bunch of I mean, we got them back later in life. Don't you worry. We got those fuckers back. But that's a story for another time. But yeah, that's my tree of knowledge or rotten fruit. You decide, full of shit or true story. That is up to you. And now that the story's over, I can finally, you savages, trying to interrupt the fact that the coalition just beat the natural disasters. So, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 8-man that tag to brag elimination matchup of the one Elijah Archer, Nick Aldis, Rock Roberts, and Carlos Hawkins. They are the coalition. And so far, they are the first team to beat the natural disasters as a faction. So that is a notch on their belts. All right, congratulations to the coalition. Kind of like congratulating my own team, really, but whatever. All right. Life says, I imagine not. I would always wear flip-flops in the summer, so if my brakes weren't working, I could chuck a flip-flop in my wheel. Nice. Nice. I used to wear flip-flops or sandals when I rode a bicycle too, until I actually witnessed one of my buddies have a real bad accident wearing flip-flops on a bicycle, and the bottom of his foot looked very reminiscent of a skeleton by the time he was done. Yeah, so I just, made sure I had tires and brakes. I mean, we fixed our own shit anyways, and if we couldn't afford to fix it, we'd go hop into the next local scrapyard that had bicycles and whatever else there. We'd just go find ourselves some parts and fix shit. So, all right, here we go. The next match of the night, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the newest tag teams on the block from YTD Academy. It is the Terrors, the Goon, and the Thug. And they're on quite the rise. They actually just lost a match to the Briscoes not long ago over at YTD Academy. They were looking for a rematch immediately. They did not get their immediate rematch, but they are getting it tonight. So it is the Terrors versus the Briscoes 2. That is our next match tonight. What do you guys think? Who's winning this match? Are the Briscoes going to be able to beat the Terrors one more time? Or do the Goon and the Thug even the score and topple the Briscoe brothers? You decide. But that is the next match tonight. So without further ado, let's go. All right, so
here comes trouble.
Says, yeah, I know the stories. Yeah, I mean, it's literally the only instance of something like that happening that I can recall. But yeah, that did happen. That definitely did happen.
The tag team division here has never been more competitive. Every team
But anyways,
needs to deliver an emphatic message each week.
I'm going to look see what else is going on in the dirt sheets here. If nothing, then I'll simply get to one of our lists for the evening. But give me a moment. Bring it back up. We'll hear something from WrestlingHeadlines.com. It was published by Mark Middleton. It's a spoiler update on a wrestling couple and character returning to WWE soon. So it looks like Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona are headed back to WWE together, perhaps as soon as Saturday's Royal Rumble event. Green and Cardona have been rumored to return to WWE for some time now. Now, a new report from PW Insider notes how the talk at last weekend's Impact Wrestling TV tapings was that Cardona is done with the company. Cardona wrestled Impact Digital Media champion Joe Hendry in a match that should air on February 2nd or February 9th. It was also said that the belief is we will be seeing Cardona and Green return at the Royal Rumble on Saturday, and that Cardona will likely return as Zack Ryder. Green and Cardona are both expected to return as main roster superstars. Regarding Cardona possibly returning as the Ryder character WWE, it is interesting to note that he filed a trademark, the Zack Ryder name and the woo 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 you know it catchphrase earlier this month. Both filings were for general pro wrestling and sports entertainment use in merchandise. It was reported earlier this month that Green has been under contract to WWE and that she's just waiting for Creative to book her return. She shut down her OnlyFans account several months back, and the major pod brand had to limit the production of new merchandise as a result of her signing. Green finished up with Impact in October and finished up with NWA in November. Cardona has been away from WWE since being released on April 15, 2020, along with other budget cuts, of course. This ended his 15-year run with the company. The former WWE Intercontinental and United States Champion has found significant success since then, with runs in Impact, NWA, GCW, and even AEW. Green has been away from WWE since her release on April 15, 2021, which came along with other budget cuts. She has also had successful runs with Impact and ROH since then. You know what's funny? And I understand that it's simply fact, but it's funny that they keep bringing up the fact that Matt Cardona was U.S. and Intercontinental Champion. Right? Because we all know how that really turned out. So is it really worth noting all of the time? What, just because he won them, I guess. You know, I can see bringing it up in certain circumstances, but they bring it up a lot when they're talking about Matt Cardona. And they're trying to. It's like they're trying to over sensationalize that but at the end of the day, he was given titles and had titles taken from him. It's not like he had any good runs with said titles. That was a Wolfpack theme song, but no one came. Well, that happens.
To see a complete list of
that happens a lot, actually. And how do you know it was a Wolfpack theme song?
The dangers of this kind of matchup.
How do you know it was Wolfpack?
It's all about the dangers of the unknown. The fight could go anywhere. An attack can come from anywhere. Well, this is
ooh, Life is Great is Otis. I don't know who I am today. Let's find out.
Oh my! Inflicting pain at will.
It had a red screen that said
I am Kane. It had red screen that said Wolfpack on it. Interesting. Well, I was actually, paying attention to the chat, so I wasn't watching the screen specifically, so I missed that part. But yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. Yo, Banana Boy 16, welcome in. Thanks for the follow, appreciate you. Welcome to episode number 445 here at the Archiverse. This is actually an episode of WCW Starrcade. It is our final evening of the final push before this Sunday's WCW Slamboree stream preview. It's going to be a great evening, a thrill ride, if you will. We've got three brands going head-to-head for bragging rights, Supremacy, Championship Gold. It is going to be a night of absolute fire. And that night of absolute fire is starting with tonight. The final push. It is the final evening of, so we've got some faction wars. We've got some fuel being added to some crazy rivalries. So far, a great night. We just watched the Coalition defeat the Natural Disasters in an 8-man tag to brag elimination tag team matchup. And now, it is the Terrors, Goon and Thug, taking on Mark and Jay Briscoe, the Briscoe brothers. Second match of the night. But anyways, welcome in. Thanks for being here. How are you doing, Banana Boy? What's new and exciting? This is it's actually not even one of our regular nights. Usually, Starrcade is on Friday nights. Which is, of course, why a lot of the people that are normally here are not here at the moment. But unfortunately, I had a change in schedule and agenda. Therefore, Starrcade couldn't air on its normal evening. And I did consider Saturday night, but that's the night right before the big stream preview, and I don't like to do those types of things. So, being that I had some extra time tonight and I happen to be off tomorrow, I said, fuck it. We're going to do Starrcade tonight. Starrcade actually used to be on Thursdays, but we changed from Thursdays to Fridays because, well, viewership is much better on Fridays. As it is, here at the Archiverse, we do not care if we have 1 viewer, 10 viewers, 20 viewers, 100 viewers, 1,582.5 viewers. It does not matter. The show goes on. There's a VOD to watch. And then the people are happy. Because even when people are not here, they still all flock to that VOD at the end of the day to see what happened at the Archiverse TV. And the Archiverse TV is the people's channel. Starrcade is the people's show. Wrestle Wars Genesis, also the people's show. YTD Academy on YouTube, the People's Development League. The people being Archer's Army. The Fam Jam. The Peeps. The Alliance. The Coalition, if you will. Anyways. But yeah, Banana Boy, appreciate you being here. And thank you for the YouTube link drop. Life, I appreciate that.
This superstar's got something in mind. Something big, something painful. Superplex. And there's more?
Anyways, Banana Boy, how you doing? What's new and exciting, and what led you to the Archiverse TV, especially on a Thursday night when this is not even one of our normal time slots? But make no mistake about it, Banana Boy. Let me tell you something right now. Let me get one thing quite clear. Let me talk to you. This is, without a shadow of a doubt, the late night place to be, the most must-see show on Twitch TV, and the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence, bar none, period. Joe Link in the house. What's going on, Joe Link? What is Joe Link up to tonight?
Constant support for one and all those endeavors. With the self-work.
I think he's going to tap out, maybe not.
Is Joe Link up to tonight? I assume Joe Link is at work, actually, to be fair. You at work, Joe? You're not off today, are you? You're at work, it's busy? Okay. Nice. Well, work was dead for us today. I mean, we had another snowstorm here, so. Today, Joe Link is Danhausen. Nice. All right. But anyways, so work is busy. So what's is there a specific reason that it's busy? Do you guys have a breakout there, or is it just is there bad weather? I know the hospital rooms tend to get quite busy during bad weather.
Look at this. It's like he's got 8 arms and feet.
Car accidents and such.
Flurry of brutality.
But no, is there any specific reason, or is it just a busy night? Got a storm yesterday? Yeah, well, ours started yesterday and continued into today. I actually, at one point, thought I was going to have to stream or run the show on Saturday. But as it turns out, and as luck would have it, the weather cleared up and I was able to run the show tonight, which I was very pleased about, because although I much prefer our regular slot on Friday nights, again, I have things going on tomorrow night, so it was just impossible for me to do so. Well, I mean, not impossible, but not without a lot of effort and potential interruptions throughout, if you will. So, they had a lot of admits. Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't understand the divine specification.
Like, are people sick? Or was there an accident, or what happened with that? Life says, I don't understand that about any day with precipitation. Holy shit, it's raining, snowing. Everyone get in your car and drive! Yeah, I know. Stay the fuck home. I mean, I live in Canada and we're used to that shit, but stay the fuck home.
711, the number to win a YTD championship match.
Fucking dangerous. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the match. And they have just drawn that rivalry to a 1-1 even Steven split. Goon and Thug, they are the Terrors, and they have just picked up a big win over the Briscoe brothers. So congratulations to Goon and Thug. Big win over the Briscoes. All right, moving on to the next match of the evening. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Imperium taking on the winningest tag team in Archerverse history and the longest reigning tag team champions in history. From Team Complete Geek TV and Team The Turret Man, it is Cyborg, Adam Colossus, and the Terror, Johnny Braddock. They are Demolition, and they are ready for a brawl. What do you guys think? Who's going to get the fall? Who wins it all? Is it going to be Imperium or Demolition? What do you think? Life says, I live in Wisconsin, and we're used to it too, but, like, stay home. Exactly. Stay the fuck home. I mean, what do you need to go driving in the snow for? What, you want to make snow angels with your car? Sadly, that happens for some people. All right, so anyways, before we move on with any further discussions, lists, or dirt sheets, it is time to get Imperium and Demolition into that squared circle. It is time to rock and roll, get the juices flowing, get things revved up, ramped up, ready to roll again. Let's go, Imperium versus Demolition. Let's go. Third match of the night. All right. I'm betting on Demolition. Well, technically, you're not betting on anything. You're not betting on anything because I did not open the betting lines. See how that works?
No.
They are an impressive group, I got to tell you. They are a very impressive faction. I mean, Walter being the powerhouse of the three, but the other two are technical prowesses. Phenomenal in the ring, and as a faction, they are dangerous. But they have their work cut out for them tonight. Because again, Demolition, the winningest tag team in history, the longest reigning tag team champions in history, and the most tag team championships in history, with a total of 7 main roster tag team championships. Now the Wolfpack is right on their heels, but I believe they have 5 main roster tag team championships and 2 development league tag team championships. They still have 7 though, so there's that. They do still have 7. I'm thinking Demolition, betting on Demolition, and going with Demolition. Nice, you're related to Boss Apollo. Good for you, Life. Speaking of Boss Apollo, where the hell is Boss Apollo? He was supposed to be joining us. Must have lost his way home. That or he got into a fight with his neighbor. So what happened was is he was getting ready to go to work, so he shoveled the shit out of his parking spot, so that way when he gets home, he's got a place to park. Well, apparently, he had gone home on lunchtime to grab some food and realized that the neighbor was parked now in his spot that he shoveled out. You know. Yo, Infinite Oni! What's going on, Infinite Oni? It's new and exciting, sir. Thanks for stopping in. Welcome to episode number 445. WCW Starrcade is the final evening for the final push because WCW Slamboree is this Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But Infinite Oni, appreciate you being here. This is not a normal night for the Archerverse. This is not a normal night for the Archerverse, so I'm actually surprised anybody's stopping by. I'm surprised we got people coming in. It is exciting. I appreciate everybody. I was literally basically forced to run my show tonight, and again, we don't normally run a show on a Thursday night because, well, Thursdays aren't that kind. They're not that kind. What's not normal about it? Oh, yeah. It is not a normal evening. Starrcade is for Fridays. We have Wrestle Wars Genesis Tuesdays, WCW Starrcade on Fridays, and then, of course, YTD Academy Live 3 Sundays per month. But welcome to episode number 445. We are well on the road to 500. And man, oh man, do we got some thrill rides coming up, starting with the biggest thrill ride of the new year. The first big stream preview of 2023 for the Archerverse, WCW Slamboree. We are going to partay all night long. It is going to be a thrill ride, a spectacular extravaganza. And you don't want to miss it. Infinite Oni, you do not want to miss it.
This matchup can take us anywhere. It's a falls count anywhere contest. No countouts and no.
Infinite Oni, how was your day? Did you stream tonight, Infinite Oni?
Together we will grow strong in our communities where we remain strong by our constant support for one another's endeavors. Hit the set here, skipping the rest. I'm at work right now. For another 2-0.
Get a chance really to stop by as many people's streams as I normally do today because, I mean, I went to work for most of the day, first and foremost, but when I got home, I had to quickly start piecing things, you know, putting pieces of the puzzles together to make sure we had a show for tonight. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to do half of the shit I normally do, but...
No championships will change hands, not until the stream...
Oh, you're working right now, okay. For another 20 minutes, gotcha, okay. Life says no championships will change hands, not until the stream preview, at least. No, that is correct. That is correct. It's the final push week. There are no championship matches until Sunday. So the final push week is simply for grudge matches, faction wars, heating up rivalries rearing their ugly heads from the past. But no championship matches happen the final week of the month. It's all about blood, guts, and gory, baby. Yeah, exactly. Basically hype matches. Basically hype matches is what we do for the entire week right before the stream preview.
Byron, how does this matchup require a different mindset?
You got it, Life. That is correct.
Be prepared to go all out. Be as aggressive and vicious as possible. Remember, it's no disqualifications.
The MSB, Richard Manson. What's going on, Richard? Welcome to episode number 445. Squishy Boyle. Or Squishy Boy. I'm just going to call you Swishy. Squishy it is. thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Fam Jam. Welcome to episode number 445. Welcome to the late night place to be, the most must-see show on Twitch TV, and the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence, bar none, period. Also, welcome into a night we don't even usually run a show, so there's that. There is that. I'm just shocked anybody's here tonight, honestly. Life and I were talking about it earlier. Tonight we're literally running a show to make sure everybody had a show to watch later. I don't normally run a show on Thursday, so I did not expect anybody to stop by tonight. Well, I mean, maybe a few people, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we were doing this so everybody had a show for later or for tomorrow, because I was unable to run the show tomorrow. And I don't like to run shows on Saturdays, especially right before a stream preview. So I happen to have the time tonight. I'm off tomorrow. I said, hey, let's run the show tonight. And the voices in my head said, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do it. Let's go. Get the show on the go. Go, go, go. I said, stop fucking yelling. You're being too loud. And the other voice said, listen, motherfucker, I will slap the taste right out of your mouth. Do not speak to me like that. And then I just did a bunch of content creating and tried to avoid the fact that the voices were fighting in my head. And here we are. See what I'm saying? Oh, cray, I understand. But that is a true story. Jolink says, didn't the list of Archer get blown up by DC last show? Yeah, but I haven't had a chance to actually blow it up yet. I probably should do that soon, because DC will test that as soon as she shows up. She will test that as soon as she shows up. But yes, Jolink, thanks for the reminder. I appreciate that, actually. I mean, I did remember, but thanks for the reminder anyways.
The number to win a YTV championship match is 0. Play. Infinite only win numbers are 2, 2, 7. Good luck, Infinite only. There are some amazing and
alright, but anyways, Infinite only playing the lotto. So the numbers are 711 and 005. For those of you that are new to the Archerverse, what you have to do is you have to come within 50 points of one of those numbers, 005 or 711. If you come within 50 points, you could potentially win one of them. If you get one of the numbers right on, you win both. That's actually a new rule starting tonight. Aha. But anyways, 734. Unlucky. 227. Unlucky. Infinity says, so the P word is allowed to? What's the P word? Pussy? Pirate? Pizza? Pebbles? Popcorn? Well, apparently whatever it was got you tied in, so I'm going to guess no. Alright, let's see what happens. Points! Ah, yeah, so no points. And you know, to my recollection, I feel like the points being on the list of Archers is actually your fault, Infinite Oni, I believe it's your fault. Now that said, Distinct Cone actually did curse the list of Archers, so I do have to delete the list of Archers. Actually, I should do that right now. Yo, Honeybee Wrestling, good morning. Good morning, good morning. How is Queen of the Hive doing? How's everything over across the pond in the UK? Alright, so I'm gonna curse that list right now, because now that I've said that, I feel like DC's gonna show up. If Honeybee Wrestling's here, it's not gonna be too long before DC shows up. So, give me a moment. I do not want DC hunting me down and killing me because I did not delete her list after she spent a lot of Archerverse bucks to curse it. So, give me a moment.
To see a complete list of champions from each respective brand, simply type TAB. WCW
definitely not where you want to be right now. Just carried like a ragdoll here.
DC would be so mad with you, right? I know, right? Thanks, literally just so much.
And there we go. List of Archer has been cursed. The list of Archer has officially been cursed. You guys are good to go to basically say anything you would like, at least for now. At least for now. Now, of course, the list was just cursed, so anything said tonight will not be added to the list. But come Sunday, however, come Sunday, the street review, it is fair game. You fuck around with the host of the most, and I will put every word in the English-speaking dictionary on the list of Archer. You will have to speak a different language to communicate at the Archerverse. How dare you?
Someone say stream.
We'll slide back in the ring now.
Now life is trying to stir the pot already.
Barthel ready to end things.
I can't test it because mods seem exempt. Yeah, you guys can say whatever you want. That's the benefit of being a mod. You know who else can, probably? People that subscribe. Actually, that's not true. I just wanted to throw that out there. I was lying to you. But I will take your subscriptions, though. Matter of fact, subscribe right now. Somebody subscribe right now. Do it. Go. Come on. Don't disappoint the masses. All right. But anyways. So we're basically no. Somebody AKO Infinite Oni, please. AKO Infinite Oni, please. Don't make me do it myself. Where's Joe Link? Joe Link! I need somebody to AKO Infinite Oni. Infinite Oni's naughty. He's bad. There we go. Thank you, Joe Link. Appreciate that. You can untime him out now. I just, you know, a point had to be proven. A point had to be proven. How dare he compare the Archerverse TV to a lesser promotion? Ghastly, grotesque, disgusting, pompous, if you will. Ghastly at best.
That holds back Barthel's attack. Setting it up.
I mean, Infinite Oni, you know how crazy it is to compare that to the Archerverse TV? That is like comparing KY jelly to your mom's fingernail glue, sir. And, you know, just because you're in a pinch and it happens to be in liquid form does not make it the proper choice. It does not make it the proper choice. You don't want the fingernail glue. You want the KY jelly, because it lubes it up, gets the machine rolling, gets the engine warmed up, if you will. Both of those are bad, yeah. Yeah, don't be lazy. Give your woman an orgasm before you start. Then you will have a good time. Rev up that engine. Alright, so anyways, before we get into any other discussions, lists, or articles, and actually I don't know how many more articles there's going to be for the dirt sheets. I think we're pretty much winding that road down. So I'll probably get the first list of the night started here in just a minute. I do have 2 lists tonight. But first, Glenola issued me a break time notice earlier, and I just happened to need a drink and have to pee. So, that said, I'm going to take a wee break while you guys are watching the show. Life, you can always tell jokes. I mean, you're usually bad jokes, but it's at least entertaining to someone. Somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. Right? It's too bad Glenola's not here. He'd be singing by now. I mean, he would jump all over a Judy Garland song. He would break it right out for us.
Kicks to the lower back.
You can tell jokes. Yes, you can tell jokes. If they're bad jokes, though, I'm going to have to ban somebody. So that'll be on you. If I come back and you've told a bad joke, I will ban somebody. Or I'll have Joe Lake ban somebody because I'm lazy. That's probably more likely, to be fair, right? I'm not going to ban anybody. I'd have to do work for that. Joe Lake will, though. Right? He will. So, but anyways, I'll be back. Be right back. What do you get when you mix human DNA with animal DNA? TNA? I want to go, you know what? Before anybody answers that question, I'm going with a Boss Apollo answer. You get a blind dog. You get a blind dog. The answer is I don't know, but the guy is banned from the petting zoo. Now that is a funny joke. That is a funny joke right there. I don't care who you are. That was a funny joke. Joe Lake with the, so far, joke of the night. Also, the other joke of the night is going to be me peeing my pants in a minute. So, yeah, I'll be back.
He is just reeling from that offense. I was pumped when I saw this match on tonight's card, but so far this Falls Count Anywhere match has exceeded all of my expectations. He catches Walter with a counter. Quick exchange of counters there. All the way up and this is it. 1, 2. How in the world? He refuses to stay down. Pure instinct. The pillars of this building must be crumbling from the energy these fans are putting out right now. He's superstar. Here we go. This is going to be it. If this lands, it is over. On the top rope. This is insane. Avalanche powerbomb. Walter ending this fight. Cover. And there's the save.
The new jackpot number 4 chance to win a tournament redemption of your choices, 711. The number to win a YTD championship match is 0. I know a guy who collects candy canes. They are in mint condition. Superstar. Today, Honeybee Wrestling is Brock Lesnar.
He was waiting for him to make his move. Both superstars showing great awareness of their opponent's repertoire.
Superstar switch
Look at
up.
this wicked
Willing
striking
to become
ability.
someone else for the day.
He's running on empty
Superstar
right now.
and become a different
this is not
superstar
good.
each day you
You
visit.
don't say, Saxton.
What do you call the ghost of a chicken?
Oh, costly error there. Great defense by Walter. Quick. Oh, God. Wow, what a shot. Like a frying pan.
The cold freebies. The man who invented the crossword died last week. At his funeral he was buried 2 down and 1 across.
Forced out of the ring. Oh, right to the kidneys. Golly. Shot to the back. Got it scouted. He may get the 3 count right here. I think so. 1, 2. He kicks out at 2. The muscle memory's got to be taken over now. Pure instinct. Oh, a spear. I think that finally closes the
2 blondes walk into a bar.
2. Thank goodness for the teammate. Just quite in time. Ripcord.
You would have got one from this city.
Nasty line.
The
Tag
Bruno
switching it
Fox.
up.
LOL.
He's got it. Oh, let's get it on. Uh-oh, jawbreaker. Call it Dennis. Far into the match, and Bartel isn't letting up. Yeah, no time for playing around at this point, and Bartel is fully aware of that. Left by the turnbuckles. Oh, my gosh, nowhere to go. Nice takedown. He's looking completely lost as he finds his footing. Barthel on the receiving end.
Not runs around the wrestling ring but goes nowhere. Answer the words.
Drop kick with precision. No, break his arm. Hold on a second. Could be a matter of time. Submission being locked in. Dragon sleeper applied. It's not embarrassing to tap out. He'll save your career. But his will to win is simply... And there's the save.
Bad joke coming now. Lol.
He's got the
Lol is
answer for
Adam
that
Cole's
one.
favorite website. Baby.
Whatever's playing here can't be good.
Meet him at the pay window. I'm shaking my head in disbelief over how he managed to get this over.
The WWE Universe is on its feet.
And deservedly so. Hoping to end it here. 1, 2, 3.
I have returned, and apparently at a very good time. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match from Team
Falls Count Anywhere matches
Complete Geek TV and Team The Turret Man. We have Cyborg, Adam Colossus, and The Terror, Johnny Braddock. They are Demolition, and they are your victors. All right, big win for Demolition going into this Sunday night Slamboree. It's going to be, I mean, the tag team division is looking very interesting right now, isn't it? I mean, if you look at the tag team divisions as a whole, the teams that have been doing so well as of late compared to the teams that were already soaring, you know, it is deepening. We've got new tag teams forming, also doing, I mean, look, for instance, the Goon and the Thug, they defeated the Briscoes tonight. The Terrors, a new tag team in the division. Demolition has been on a roll lately, just picked up another big win. I mean, it is getting, I mean, there's a lot of fuel in the fire of the tag team division. Anyways, move on to the next match of the night. Let's see, I'll catch up on chat real quick, and then I'll get started on the first list of the night. Let's see what kind of ghastly jokes have been being told here. Let's see. Life says, I know a guy who collects candy canes. They're all in mint condition. Oh my God. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. What do you call the ghost of a chicken? A poultrygeist. Good God. Let's see. Honeybee says, the man who invented the crossword died last week. At his funeral, he was buried 2 down and 1 across. That would see, now that's actually funny. See, Life, how that's done? Joe Link told a funny joke. Honeybee told a funny joke. That's how it's done. All right. Let's see here. 2 blondes walk into a bar. You would have thought one of them would see it. I like it. All right. Let's see here. The brunette ducks. What runs around a wrestling ring but goes nowhere? Answer, the ropes. Wow, Joe Link. I mean, you started off strong and you just dove right into the trash can with that one. What is Adam Cole's favorite website? The answer is baby. I mean, I don't even, it's not bad and it's not good either. I mean, it's just, you know. All right, so there we go. I've caught up on the ghastly jokes. Now let's move on to the next match. Tonight is a Fatal 5 elimination matchup between Austin Furious, who's of course the reigning defending WCW TNT champion, Awesome Ted Cobb. We have Damian Dallas in action. Taylor Jones, and of course,
you missed one
the Gooner. Luke Bomber in action. Who do you guys think walks out with the W with this one? These guys are all looking for a spot on Sunday's card. All of them formidable superstars. Austin Furious, a champion in WCW. Damian Dallas, a former champion. He's of course a former junior wrestling champion. Awesome Ted Cobb has been a pure wrestling champion, a submission wrestling champion. The Gooner has been a submission wrestling champion. So we have 5 champions going toe-to-toe, all of them looking for a shot at Sunday Night Slamboree, looking for the right to fight, if you will. But here we go without further ado. Austin Furious, Awesome Ted Cobb, Damian Dallas, Taylor Jones, and the Gooner. Fatal 5 elimination. Let's go. All right, so I missed one by Honeybee. Ghastly. Which one did I miss? I got a nasty argument with my wife about the poor sense of direction. This was the last straw, so I packed my bags and right. See, y'all need to take lessons from Honeybee, because that shit's funny. That shit is funny. You know? I mean, even the E-Baby, you know, I mean, that wasn't, you know, I didn't fall off my chair, but it was amusing. Alright, so, let's move on here. First list of the night. This is a list by the Sportster, and it is by, I'm guessing it's Kairi Gazmala. And this is actually a couple years old. It was published July the 3rd of 2020. But in the current WWE product, the line between heroes and villains has become blurred. Devious performers are tremendously cheered, while those who do the right thing endure a chorus of jeers. This change is often attributed to CM Punk's massive standing ovation at Money in the Bank 2011, where he won the WWE Championship in front of a raucous Chicago crowd. Prior to the shift, many individuals have risen above the ranks to become pure heels. They often exhibited malicious tactics in their quest for success, and this list will cover the 10 most hated superstars in WWE.
I don't care what you say. I am here for the brain.
You know, it says 10, but I see a number 11 sitting right here, so I don't know. I mean, I've heard of a baker's dozen, but that is a little weird. 10, but they're showing me 11. Honorable mentions, I guess. All right, here we go. Number 11 out of 10
with serious self-confidence. It sends a good message.
is JBL.
I have plenty of self-confidence.
So following the departure of Farouk from WWE programming, John Bradshaw Layfield was born. His immense wealth would be exhibited in aspects such as limousines, with money showers during his entrances. A quick main event push allowed him to become the longest reigning WWE champion in SmackDown history. The crowds despised him at every turn, even celebrating upon his firing from the Blue Brand. A final retirement at WrestleMania 25 was met with the same overwhelming response. Number 10, Mr. McMahon. Mr. McMahon was a major figure in the Attitude Era as Steve Austin's biggest rival. His disapproval of Austin's anti-establishment mentality was met with countless assaults. The feud continued to intensify as McMahon's family members and fellow performers got involved in the chaos. In a shocking turn of events, the Texas Rattlesnake joined forces with the Devious Chairman at WrestleMania 17. This alliance was prevalent through most of 2001, though fans now have a adoration for Vince. His character was mostly despised. Number 9, Roddy Piper. So Roddy Piper had a very successful career as a villain, going into his debut for the WWE in 1984. He initially served as a manager before a full transition into in-ring performances. His interview segments, known as Piper's Pit, was utilized to antagonize many of the company's heroes. It wouldn't be long before the loud-mouthed individual found his way in the company's top feud, battling Hulk Hogan in the war to settle the score. A boxing match against Mr. T was his last villainous encounter until a 2-year hiatus and face turn.
And from England, weighing in at 204
so it wouldn't be long. No, I already read that. I'm trying to scroll down. There we go. Number 8 is Ric Flair. Ric Flair is known by peers and journalists as one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time. He is commonly noted for his arrogant persona, vibrant entrances, and incredible in-ring presence. The Nature Boy made his history in 1992 when he won the WWE Championship in the 1992 Royal Rumble match. It was actually the WWF Championship at the time. Flair departed the company for WCW shortly after his second reign came to a close. He returned in 2001 as a face before joining Evolution the following year. The faction dominated the company's landscape for 4 years, solidifying themselves as a bona fide main eventers. Number 7 is The Miz. The Miz was born for villainy. He stepped up his game during the ECW tenure in a tag team with John Morrison. The duo frequently mocked pop culture and their opponents on a talk show known as The Dirt Sheets. The Awesome One reached a major high in his career when he became the WWE Champion in late 2010. He spent several years as a hindrance to both heels and faces over the next decade. Miz has recently reunited with John Morrison. That, of course, is not a thing right now, and the two achieving a reign as SmackDown Tag Team Champions in 2020. Number 6, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was presented as the first real athlete in WWE, earning the ire of audiences despite his heroic character. This led to a persona that boasted his Olympic gold medals along with other achievements. A subsequent face turn would be cut short by his sudden betrayal of Team WWF during the Invasion feud. The wrestling machine often shifted characters throughout most of the early 2000s, embarking on feuds against many of the company's top talent. Angle would finally settle on a villainous role on the ECW brand before departing for over a decade. Number 5 is Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho arrived to save the WWE from itself. He achieved tremendous feats in his first run as the villain, notching several Intercontinental title reigns alongside a stint as the first undisputed champion in history. Eric Bischoff would fire him after a loss against WWE champion John Cena in 2005. Y2J developed several personas in the coming years, from a suit-wearing righteous man to one that carries a list of those who aggravate him. Sounds familiar. It does sound very familiar, but anyways. The latter gimmick became a hit amongst fans and critics despite his villainous alignment. Number 4 is CM Punk. CM Punk made his first villainous turn after claiming himself to be morally superior to Jeff Hardy's fan base during their World Heavyweight Championship feud. His character became even more menacing upon the introduction of the Straight Edge Society in 2010. A trade to the Raw brand saw him unsurprisingly and with the Nexus from Wade Barrett, rechristening it into a faction centered around the concept of faith. The Second City Saint made his final heel turn on the 1000th episode of the Red Brand, citing a lack of appreciation for his role as WWE Champion. He showed his vicious tendencies after suffering losses against The Rock and John Cena in 2013. Punk's last major feud as a heel was against The Undertaker before his retirement the following year. And I'm just going to catch up on chat real quick before I continue the list. Let's see here. Life says I'm quite proud of my candy cane joke. I don't care what you say. I'm here for the groaner jokes. Fair enough. Ifnadoni says I'm just gonna go have a good stream.
We are seeing a lot of guts, a lot of determination out there. You have to wonder where the
Joling says have a great night, Ifnadoni. And Jeff Champion, thank you for the follow. We need Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. If we don't get it, I think that most of the fans will be really upset. Well, I mean, it wouldn't have to be at WrestleMania. I think they would just like to have that in general. But, I mean, I'm sure that...
Here comes the setup.
I don't know. It just depends what happens with the Royal Rumble and the whole Cody Rhodes situation. I mean, there's a lot of things kind of in the way of that. But
This is how you torture your opponent.
But anyways, Jeff Champion, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Fam Jam. Welcome into episode number 445. This actually isn't a normal night for us to run a show, but due to scheduling conflicts, if you will, we were kind of forced to run the show tonight. So a lot of people that are normally here are not here, so I appreciate anybody that is, and I appreciate you for stopping in to check out the show, have a good time, and join the Fam Jam. It is appreciated. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Jeff Champion. What do you think Sami Zayn's test will be at the Rumble? That's a good question. We need Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. If we don't get it, I think most of the fan base will be upset. We saw that. I'm trying to figure it. I feel like they should have Sami Zayn when the world, or it's supposed to be Royal Rumble probably, then the bloodline turns on him after he wins, because I feel like if they throw Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at us, it's not going to go over well. Well, I mean, people have been waiting for Cody Rhodes to face Roman Reigns for quite some time. So I don't know. It would probably go over just fine. But, I mean, recently I've also seen things suggested that, you know, Cody Rhodes, like, although he is still going to end up fighting for the championship, I mean, he might not even win the Rumble, which means he wouldn't necessarily immediately anyways be in the title picture. So we'll see what happens with that. Right now I'm trying to figure out why you got timed out.
Heads out and he has all the time he wants.
It's very strange. You didn't even say anything. And actually, the list of Archer got cursed, which means it was deleted, so there's no reason there. I have no idea. That is strange.
I don't believe it. I don't either. Can this ref even count the three?
Able to get the advantage here. He's in under the ropes.
People are speculating that the test is for him to make Jey Uso lose or cost him a match. You think that Roman Reigns is going to try and have Sami Zayn cause Jey Uso a match? Yeah, I don't know either, Life. I mean, Jeff Champion didn't even say anything that Stream Elements should be upset about, first and foremost. And we currently don't have the list of archers, so there's no reason he should have been being tied in. That's weird. secured.
Extreme Elements is just a bitch tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
Operating on pure instinct and adrenaline right now. I've lost count of how many times this match should have ended by now.
All right, so hey, it looks like we're down to the final 3 competitors in this Fatal 5 elimination matchup. We got Austin Furious from the Weapons of Mass Destruction, Taylor Jones, and of course Awesome Ted Cobb from Team Krondos BR. Oh no, there's the Gooner. Or no, he's been eliminated. He's heading to the back.
Take it from me. Nothing good ever comes from rearranging furniture.
Damn, Ted Cobb just laid Furious right out. Good God.
Gotta find a way to get out of this.
Taylor Jones just slams the spine of Awesome Ted Cobb right off the edge of the ring there.
Able to parry that one. Gets cracked by the overhand. Oh no. Reverse DDT.
Nice reverse DDT by Taylor Jones. All right, well, anyways. Jeff Champion says, I don't think the test is for Sammy. It could be for Jay. Or for Paul. Interesting. That could be. Oh, Almighty Exotic. What's going on, Almighty? What's doing exciting? Jeff Champion meet Almighty Exotic. Almighty Exotic meet Jeff Champion. Seeing how everybody else besides you has already met him. Joling says, well, in the trial of Sami Zayn was the second time that Jay stood up for the tribal chief, so it could be the sign of allegiance or something. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Almighty, you are welcome. Thanks for coming in. Welcome to episode number 445. Again, not a normal show night for the Archiverse, so I literally wasn't expecting very many people to stop by. I was literally, because of scheduling conflicts, I wanted to make sure everybody had a show to watch either later tonight or tomorrow when the show was supposed to air. I literally was just recording this show to make sure you guys had a show to watch. So I appreciate the fact that there are still people stopping by, even though it's not a regular show night, because I'm sure you guys had things to do. You know, you get other streamers to watch and enjoy their communities. So very much appreciated, honestly, guys. Again, this I just wanted to make sure you guys had a show to watch, either later tonight or tomorrow, because I was unable to run a show tomorrow because I've got some things going on that just I am unable to do so. And I didn't really want to do it Saturday right before the stream preview on Sunday. You know, I don't like to do that, but I mean, I guess I would have if I absolutely had to. But as it is, I ended up having some time to do it tonight, and I'm off tomorrow, so I figured, what the hell, I'm just going to run the show. Make sure you guys have a show to watch for later tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, awesome that there's still people coming in. Very cool. Let's see here. Almighty says, I think we're going to get main event Jey Uso. Well, Jey Uso should be pushed to the main event. He's always been the stronger of the two Usos. He's a great wrestler. I mean, I think he'd make a good champion, actually, to be fair. Life says, so, what was the outcome of the trial, unless we aren't giving spoilers? Joling says he was found not guilty for now. Would have to pass a test at the Royal Rumble. Jeff Champion says, we could get Sammy versus Reigns at the Elimination Chamber because of that. Because that's at Sammy's hometown, and it'll give him the, you know, that's not a bad idea. Jeff Champion, that's a pretty good idea. That could happen. Yeah, you're not wrong. What do you think about that, Joe Link? Or Life, whoever wants to answer that. Almighty. What do you guys think about the possibility of Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber.
Are you kidding me? He refuses to stay down.
I think that's pretty intriguing, actually. And not only is it Sami Zayn's hometown, but they've been locked inside of a chamber. Well, not necessarily a chamber, but they could have a cage match or something, you know?
And his eyes are piercing through the
That was made
opposition
a great part of the story of the bloodline.
Great part of the storyline. Yeah, exactly.
Superstar trying to
Or, well, you said bloodline. Great part of the story of the bloodline. That'd be right up Reigns' alley, yeah.
Every successive move is
I mean, you can't have a two-man chamber match, but they could most certainly have a cage match or something. Or a Hell in a Cell match. I mean, there's no longer a Hell in a Cell premium live event, so they'll be itching to find a way to utilize the cell. That'd be a good use for it. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the match, Taylor Jones, the YTD sensation, is your victor. And that is a big win for Taylor Jones heading into Slamboree this Sunday. Congratulations, Taylor Jones. Good God, why does Jeff keep getting timed out?
raised up high. Oh, yeah,
That is ridiculous.
going to stick with them for a long time, surviving against all these other superstars and standing tall here.
I can't
and
find
now.
a single solitary reason why you'd be being timed out. That is crazy.
Jeff Champion 61565.
That is crazy. All right, let's move on to the next match of the night. Here we go.
The new jackpot number for
All right, let's go. Steiner Brothers versus the Wolfpack. It is Scott and Rick Steiner, and they, of course, have Braun Breaker in tow, taking on from Team Night the Undying and Team Glenola. We have the Omega, Marshall Omega, and War the Machine. And look at that villainy. We got the Wolfman Alan Severn coming out to join his boys. Probably going to be there to make sure Braun Breaker behaves himself. But that's the next match of the night. It is the Steiner Brothers versus the Wolfpack. Who do you guys think's walking out with the W here? Who do you guys think is walking out with the W here? Sound off. Who do you think? Get used to making predictions because we're only 2 matches away from the championship rounds, which means you guys will get a chance to make some bets on matches and earn some Archiverse bucks. All right, but anyways, what do you think? Steiners or the Wolfpack? What do you guys think? Give it to me. Tell me. Talk to me. What do you think? What do you think? All right, but anyways, I'll make sure I'm not missing anything in chat, and then I will get back to the list. Wolfpack, obviously, Rick and Scott will talk this. Take, not talk. Well, they'll probably do a little bit of both, really, to be fair. They will probably, well, not they, but Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pop, the Big Booty Daddy, he will definitely have some shit to say. You know, he will have some shit to talk. It is Scott Steiner. God damn it, why does Jeff Champion keep getting timed out? That is starting to piss me off. Like, there is no fucking reason that he should be being timed out.
Stop.
That is the strangest shit. I can't find a single solitary reason why that's happening.
To see a complete list of champions.
You know what? I got it. You know what? Fuck it.
Type TAV, WCW or YTD and skipping the rest. Echo stream ailments.
Give me a moment.
Try making the sentences shorter. Maybe we can figure out what is triggering it. There we go. That should solve the problem.
Jeff Champion, you are now a VIP of the Army. Congratulations. And Stream Elements, you should fist fuck yourself, you prick.
Twitch just don't like me, lol.
That is fucking absurd. We apologize, Jeff Champion. Alright, anyways. Hey, try making the sentences shorter. Maybe we can figure out what is triggering it. The only thing I can think... Actually, I don't know. The only thing I did briefly have a thought process that maybe because he's brand new to the chat and he was putting in sentences, almost paragraphs in some points when he's chatting with us, and maybe that, I don't know. It's absurd. But now we don't have to worry about it. Now we have a new VIP of the Army. His name is Jeff Champion. And you know what, Jeff Champion, we do appreciate you saying it's all good. We appreciate you saying it's all good, but guess what, my friend? It was not good for us. It was not good for us. We have one of the best communities on Twitch. Wait until you're on when you drop by on one of our regular nights and there's a whole bunch of people here and you get to meet more of the people in the community. We have one of the greatest communities on Twitch. Period. You know. We always say that we are the late night place to be, the most must-see show on Twitch TV, and the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence, bar none. Period. But we also, Jeff Champion, have the very best community on Twitch, bar none. Period. So listen, over 2 years we've never had a problem. We are in our 3rd year here at the Archiverse, no problems. Because we have a bunch of great people, intelligent people, talented people, very good people, family people, and they are a pleasure to hang out with. And, you know, I mean, here we are tonight. I don't even normally do a show, and we've still got people stopping by. That's how great they are. They got things to do. They are busy. There's no Archiverse TV. They got things to do. It is Thursday, but they are still here, even though I went live when I shouldn't be live. Because they are fantastic. They are awesome. And Jeff Champion, you are part of that awesomeness now. Awesomeness personified is the community. And the Archiverse TV is about the community. You'll hear it many times here. The show is the people's show. The channel, the people's channel. The Discord, the people's Discord. The Twitter, the people's Twitter. Therefore, because I couldn't run the show tomorrow night, that is why I went live tonight. I decided I was going to make sure you guys all had a show to watch either later tonight. Well, at some point you turned on Twitch and you were like, wait, whoa. Why the fuck was Archer live on a Thursday? Why the fuck is Archer live on a Thursday? I'm going to whoop that ass. And by the way, how dare all of you for saying that. All of you. Ghastly. I don't appreciate that. I do not appreciate that. But that said, somewhat understandable. Nobody likes a schedule change. Change sucks. But anyway, without further ado, before we get to any more further conversations or back to the list, ladies and gentlemen, next match of the night, it is the Steiner Brothers versus the Wolfpack. Let's rock and roll. All right. Anyways,
Hi, future Archer.
Thank you for dropping the Discord and the YouTube links, Joe Link. Jeff Champion, make sure you jump on over to the Red Brand. Jump on over to the Shark Tank and smash the subscribe button on the Archiverse TV, because we also have YTD Academy that goes live 3 Saturdays every month, but we also have dark matches throughout the week. It is a development territory for both Wrestle Wars and Starrcade. We've got some great talent over there, and it's also put to use for other things, like if you happen to have a superstar that's been struggling on the main roster, they simply go over to YTD Academy for a little rejuvenation, if you will. They plug themselves into the Matrix, and they come back bigger, badder, better, almost each and every time, and go on to win more championships. It is an amazing thing. So many storylines, angles, and ideas have already come out of YTD Academy. It is a sensation that started about 6 months ago, and we've exploded. We are going to monetize in 2023 on YouTube, and that is because of all of you. Because of all of you that we are going to do that. Because, again, of nights like tonight. So anyways, but if we get Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn in Elimination Chamber, Sami Zayn can lose, then we can get Kevin Owens and say anything tag team back together. Whoa, I gotta reread that. Hold on. So we can get Kevin Owens and I'm gonna guess that's supposed to say Sami tag team back together, and it auto-corrected to say anything tag team. Okay, there we go. And have them fight the Usos at WrestleMania. That would be fantastic, spectacular, awesome, radical, tubular. I mean, you didn't have to say all those things, you know. Good, great, that would have been fine. Why do you get a rant on like that? But anyway, Life is Great says, essentially, it's like time travel. Hi, Future Archer. Gaslight, how dare you? How dare you? Everyone's favorite hero in the house, lurking for the Archerverse. We appreciate that. And you are welcome for the shoutouts. Thank you for being here. Episode number 445. On an evening it's not supposed to be. All you legends coming in to say hello, even if it's on your way to bed, on your way to work, getting up for brekkie, heading to work. You guys are awesome. Seriously. Seriously awesome. Whether it's here on Twitch or over at the Shark Tank on YouTube, fantastic. You guys are creme de la creme. Best community on any platform. But anyways, would I like to see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as a tag team again? Yes, I would.
The new jackpot number for a chance to win a channel redemption of which is...
I mean, was that rhetorical? I don't know. Anyways.
He
manages to escape it.
All right, so you guys can continue that conversation. I will catch back up. I'm going to jump back into my list for the evening, or one of my two lists for the evening. So Jeff Champion, in addition to being the late night place to be, the most must-see show on Twitch TV, and the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence, bar none, period. We are also partially podcast. We go over, of course, the dirt sheets and see what's going on in the news and rumors of professional wrestling at the beginning of the show. Then we hop on in to whatever it is we decide to run down for a list for the evening, usually a top 10 of some sort, but we read factual information, historical facts to do with pro wrestling. We also talk about other things, of course, combat sports, Life is Great, outfit at the Oscars. It was weird. I mean, she showed up at the red carpet wearing nothing but cellophane. And I dig it, but it was a little strange. She did have the Archerverse TV tattooed on her asshole, and I did appreciate that. I did appreciate that. Anyways, who does everyone think is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble? You know,
Thank you very much.
I don't know. You know what the honest to God fact is? Here's the thing. I actually think the Women's Royal Rumble matches are better than the Men's Royal Rumble matches more often than not. And I just kind of enjoy them for what it is. I don't ever predict. I just watch it. I don't know what it is. The Women's Royal Rumble matches are awesome. So I haven't given it much thought. However, I would like to see...
Just carrying the opposition anywhere they want. He gets tagged in.
I think I'd like to see Rhea Ripley win it. And she's probably not going to, but I would like to see Rhea Ripley win it.
Oh, this blitz is just...
I mean, part of me thinks that Ronda Rousey's just going to enter the Rumble and win it anyway. And then face Charlotte Flair for the title again.
Absolutely throwing all caution to the wind. Spinning.
Yeah, that one is hard to pick, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, it was pink cellophane. It was still clear. You could still see through it.
I think Rhea is the voting favorite.
How dare you?
He's got
I think Rhea is the voting favorite to. Well, I mean, I would. So listen, here's the thing. I don't know who else is going to agree with me on this, but it is time that Rhea Ripley becomes world champion. Rhea Ripley has proven herself time and time again. She's increasingly improved her repertoire, her presence in the ring, her mic skills. I mean, more often than not, Rhea Ripley owns the ring, no matter who she's in the ring. I think it's time. It is time for Rhea Ripley to be world champion. And that's all I'll say about that. I will catch up on anything you guys have to say about that in a few moments. I'm going to jump back into my list here. All right, so number 3 on my list. And by the way, these are the top 10, which ended up being 11. I have no idea. I mean, I didn't write this list. I can count to 10. 1 through 10 is 10. You know, we have 11. I don't know what to say. But anyway, number 3, most hated wrestlers in WWE history. Number 3 is Edge. So Edge was a villain early on in his WWE career during his exploits with the Brood. The stable was involved in countless major feuds in the Attitude Era, including an alliance with The Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness. He would betray his leader, Gangrel, alongside Christian during their friendly feud with the Hardy Boys. The Rated R superstar became even more destructive and egotistical in the mid-2000s. This would lead to a prominent run as WWE Champion and World Tag Team Champion with Randy Orton. Edge's alignment changed frequently during 2010, capping off his last heel tenure to date with an attack on the anonymous Raw General Manager. You know, I liked that whole thing, but they eventually just ruined it, right? They dropped the ball on that one, you know? And it was more like they came in on a fucking wrecking ball, actually. Which was a sad thing, because that was actually an amusing... I mean, sure, you know, as fans, we got annoyed with it. We wanted to know who it was, etc. But, I mean, they did not need to reveal it. Keep us in suspense. Keep us wanting to know. Keep us being annoyed. And, like, the final payoff was terrible anyways, right? So, there's that. But, anyways. So, number 2 is Randy Orton. And so is number 1. Well, that explains why there's 11. But not only is there 11, out of 10, there's also 2 1s, and both 1s are Randy Orton. I don't even know what to say at this point, so I'm just going to finish reading the list and try to forget that that's a thing. Right? Forget that they clearly don't have good editing team, at least for this article, and move on. So here we go. Here we go. So Randy Orton first became a narcissistic and self-centered villain during his Randy Orton News Network segments. He made a significant rise at the top with Evolution as the youngest world champion in the company's history. He also became the Legend Killer, targeting many older superstars and blatantly disrespecting their names along the way, which, by the way, I loved. I loved the Legend Killer. The Viper remained a permanent fixture in the world title scene as he continued to make examples out of the WWE roster. 2013 would see him forge an alliance with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, known as the Authority, and Orton has recently set his sights on rival former tag team partner Edge, reigning victorious at Backlash 2020. And again, that was a list by the Sportster, which usually has very good articles. That was crazy. But anyway, it was the 10 most hated superstars in WWE history, and apparently that was ranked. I don't know if I agree with that, but it was a good list. It was solid. But anyways, number 10 was JBL. Actually, it was 11, but 10. Number 9, Mr. McMahon. Number 8, Rowdy Roddy Piper. Number 7, Ric Flair. Number 6, The Miz.
He's struggling a bit here.
Number 5, Kurt Angle.
Has exceeded all of my expectations.
Number 4, The Ocho, Chris Jericho.
Clean tag for his partner.
Number 3, CM Punk, or as the great Glenola would say, BM Punk.
Setting him up for the flat.
Number 2, the Rated R Superstar Edge, and last but not least, number 2 and number 1, Randy Orton. Yeah,
Thought he had him. You gotta be kidding me.
that whole thing was weird. But anyways, fairly decent list. I won't complain about the list too much.
Able to counter.
All right, so before I get into any other discussions, our listeners going to quickly catch up with the chat here.
Champion 61565.
He may be in a bad way here. This is what the purpose of a tag team is. Don't be afraid.
Life says, I got to head out, Archer. Got to catch some Z's. All right, Life, you have a good night. Sleep well. Thanks for being here as always.
Hulk Hogan had to have 1-0 back surgeries because of his finisher.
How this match is still going on.
Life says, BM Dunk. Joel says it's probably due to his surgeries. Oh, wait, I missed something. I heard if we get Randy Orton back, he is changing his finisher from the RKO to the punt kick. What do you guys think? Yeah, it probably is because of the surgeries. I mean, doing the RKO is taxing to his body, right? Because he's virtually throwing himself onto the canvas every single time he does it, right? Joling says, like Hulk Hogan had to have 10 back surgeries because of his finisher. Yeah, Hulk Hogan is like 3 inches shorter now as well. He used to be 6'7", he's now 6'4". All right. Oh, nice reversal by War the Machine. So far, no eliminations. Great matchup thus far, though, between the Steiner brothers and the Wolfpack. And again, both teams, I mean, for all we know, both teams are already going to be at Slamboree, but both teams looking to solidify their spots to make sure they get to Slamboree Sunday night. Great and quick tag work by the Steiners tonight, too, so that's impressive. And probably part of the reason of their success so far. But anyways, I'll get into my second list here in just a second. So the second list is again by the Sportster.com, and it is the Doomsday Device and 9 other of the best tag team finishers ever. So let's see what this brings us. And this was, by the way, published by Eric Blattberg.
He eludes the contact.
Blattberg. And to be honest, I actually think we've read some of his articles before, just not in a while. So anyways, it says Tag Team Wrestling has produced numerous iconic double team finishing moves. Here's a look at the 10 best tag team finishers in pro wrestling history.
I'm pretty sure he was on the list.
So thanks to the setup of a lot of tandem moves, the the pop the audience can give to a tag team finishing move can rival a big-time main event singles victory. Ever since the Road Warriors made their debuts, the term Road Warrior pop has been a kind of innovation that any wrestler, let alone tag team, could ever try to achieve.
This might not have a pleasant ending.
So it says having a unique and devastating finish can certainly help with getting the fans' attention, despite the efforts of some of the promoters trying to whittle down tag team wrestling. It's really hard to beat watching the grandeur of a devastating tandem finish. So, right off the hop, number 10. Now, this doesn't say ranked. It just says of the best ever. It doesn't say it's ranked or top or anything like that. So I'm assuming there's no particular order. Because to be honest, I think if there was a particular order, this specific tag team finisher should probably be quite a bit higher on the list. But it is the Doomsday Device. Is number 10. So it's called the Doomsday Device for a reason, right? The muscle-bound, painted, and downright scary Legion of Doom would end just about every match with practically clotheslining an opponent out of their boots while sending their head into the rafters. Animal would hoist a hapless opponent up on his shoulders, while Hawk would climb the top rope. He'd even leap off with a thunderous clothesline as Animal flipped the guy off his shoulders. It's not a finish for the faint of heart.
Come on, count along if you want.
And again, I just personally believe, now again, this doesn't have a particular order that I am aware of. Again, it just says 10 of the best ever. It doesn't say top or ranked. But that said, if it was, I would definitely have that much higher up on the list. Anyways, number 9. The Fall of the Man, or Total Elimination. So because they were part of ECW and no other promotion, the Eliminators don't get much of the credit they deserve. Saturn and Cronus can be found somewhere between the Nasty Bruisers of the 80s and the early 90s and the high-flying teams of the Attitude Era. Their finisher, the aptly named Total Elimination, featured Saturn delivering a leg sweep while Kronos nailed an enziguri up high, completely turning an opponent inside out. Years later, the Ascension copied the move for their Fall of Man. Number 8 is the Heart Attack. So the Heart Attack was the perfect representation of what was awesome about this team. Bret Hart's speed, agility, and technical prowess highlighted as he gained speed for a nasty clothesline. All while the Anvil was using his power to hoist an opponent up and smash him down as Bret delivered the clothesline. The moment Jim Neidhart would get an opponent in position was also the moment the crowd went nuts, ready to cheer on the 3 count. Just going to catch up on the chat here real quick before I continue. All right, let's see here.
He doesn't get the 3. Incredible to think. After everything we've witnessed, we are still at a stalemate.
Life says, I'm pretty sure he was on the list. Sorry, who was on the list?
Here we go. You gotta love the lowdown.
Maybe Wrestling says, Undisputed Era, Red Dragon would use Total Elimination. I love that move. I mean, it is a fantastic move, so I understand that completely. Life says, okay, now I'm actually going to bed. The vibrator's ready. The glass of wine is ready to be drank. The sheets are nice and chilled. I mean, life, we didn't need to know any of that. Keep your personal life to yourself, please. This is a family-friendly show. There could be children watching. Anyways, Honeybee Wrestling says, oh, I already read that. Okay, so I'm caught up. At least for now. Actually, Joe Link, who do you think is winning the Women's Royal Rumble? I mean, you asked everybody. You know what? That was clever. You managed to avoid having to answer the question yourself. So who do you think is winning the Women's Royal Rumble? How dare you not answer that question after asking everybody else what they thought? Gaslight. All right, so anyways, I'm all caught up with the chat, so I'll move on with the list. So number 7 is the Powerplex. So one of the most underrated tag teams of the early 90s had a move so cool that it's pretty shocking that no other team has used it as their own. When two floundering mid-carders, Hercules and Paul Roma, formed Power and Glory and seemingly were set up for a good tag run, even beating the Rockers at SummerSlam 1991, they utilized a move called the Powerplex. Hercules would snatch up an opponent and ready them for a suplex. Meanwhile, Paul Roma would leap from the other turnbuckle with a perfectly timed big splash to completely knock the wind out of an opponent. Actually, remember that. I liked Power and Glory a lot. I actually thought they should have been tag team champions. They were also led by the Slickster, one of the coolest managers of all time. And to this day, I don't understand, because those guys had the look that Vince was always looking for. We know Vince has got a hard-on for big, muscular men. And they were both big and muscular men and powerhouses. And good wrestlers. Especially good as a tag team. So, I mean, they should have been champion at one point or another, I think. But anyways. Number 6 is Skull and Bones. So, for a brief moment in time when TNA Wrestling was getting close to being relevant, they had a lot of young talent leading the charge. 2 of those talents were Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, collectively known as the Motor City Machine Guns. And by the way, they were easily one of the best tag teams on the entire planet at that time. But anyways, one of their big tandem move was their finisher, the Skull and Bones. Sabin would deliver a neck breaker akin to the Rude Awakening, while Sabin would leap from the ropes with a big splash to drive their opponent into the mat. Number 5 is the Spike Pile Driver. So if you grew up watching wrestling in the 80s, which a lot of you probably were not, or did not, but you should go back and watch some of the great matches from those eras, though. Honestly, you will have a great time. But anyway, if you grew up watching wrestling in the 80s, Arn and Tully were complete heels and the kind of teams you legitimately hated. Perhaps one of the reasons why was their willingness to not just defeat an opponent, but to completely crush their neck and spinal cords in one final swoop. A pile driver was bad enough, but Arn Anderson delivered one, while Tully Blanchard would jump from the second rope and help shove their opponent's head into the mat.
Picked up.
number 4 on the list is the Steiner DDT / Steiner Bulldog.
Back and forth from these competitors.
So no matter how big or small
With the brain buster.
a move from either Rick or Scott Steiner could be, it could spell the end for any tag team. But the true end of the match with the Steiners would be when either brother would hoist a fallen opponent up on their shoulders for the other brother to come off of the rope and either nail a bulldog or a DDT from the top rope. And you know what? They always made it look so savage, too. I loved it. They always did a good job of selling that. As they should. It's supposed to be their tag team finisher, right? The only thing is, I don't know if it's just me. Has anybody ever noticed that when people utilize their tag team finishers, more often than not, they don't even get a pinfall out of it. They don't even win using it. It's weird, but I'm not even lying to you. Think about it.
Here it is.
Nobody hits that one better.
Think for 1 second and think, when was the last time you saw one of your favorite tag teams wrestling a match and actually got a win using their tag team finishers?
Goes under the ropes to get back.
I'm not talking about their finishers that they used in a tag team. I'm talking about their tag team finisher. Right? So think about that for a second. How many times have you seen that in recent history?
I am shaking my head in disbelief.
It's interesting, isn't it?
He managed to...
All right, well, while you guys are thinking about that, and while this match continues, I must visit the facilities again, so I will be back. Uh-oh. Or maybe I'm not going anywhere, because, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match by submission, Rick and Scott Steiner, the Steiner brothers, are your victors. A big win for Rick and Scott heading into Sunday night's WCW Slamboree. Congratulations to the Steiner brothers. Wow, big win. Honestly, I didn't expect that. I actually thought that no offense to Rick and Scott, but I actually thought that they were going to lose that match. I really did. Joe Link says, woo woo, Steiners win. Yeah, but did you think they were going to win? I didn't think that they were going to beat the Wolfpack. The Wolfpack have been on a losing side. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can't even argue that, you know. They really have been on a losing streak lately, which is weird, right? It is weird, because they went on this big tear, and now they're just on kind of a downward spiral, if you will. Dave Demented! What's going up? What's going up? I actually read your what is up and said up at the same time. What's going on, Dave Demented? What's new and exciting? Welcome in. Episode number 445 here at the Archiverse. Not a normal night for us, but here we are. What's new and exciting, Dave? How was your day? Did you have a stream tonight?
Just working on some new BCW stuff.
Did you have a stream tonight? So for those of you that are newer to the Archiverse, Dave Demented, actually he's had a wrestler on the show as well, also called Dave Demented, but Dave Demented and I go way back, like I'm talking 20 years here, because we used to run in the early 2000s in E-Feds, where we would join people's sites and submit stories and compete for championships and prizes, in some cases even money, and write stories about our wrestlers and our characters. And I actually ran an E-Fed for about 5 years. It was called GOW Gods of Wrestling. And actually, if you go to my channel's About page, you'll see that the history of the Archiverse literally comes from GOW Gods of Wrestling. Because so Elijah Archer was also born back 20 years ago in the E-Feds. And my children used to read my stories, and a couple of years ago, my oldest son, he came to me and he said, you know, Dad, do you remember what you used to do when you write the stories and about Elijah Archer, and you would write wrestling matches for people that wrote stories and all that stuff you did? I said, yeah, that was a great time. I said, I don't know how I ever found time for all that. I couldn't even... He said, well, yeah. He said, you know what, Dad? He said, Dad, you should do that on Twitch, man. I said, I'm not posting stories on Twitch. That is the lamest shit I ever heard. He's like, no, Dad. He says, take your wrestling. He says, Dad, you sit there a couple hours a night every night and you make rings and arenas and characters and belts. He says, people would like to see that shit. He says, people like wrestling and they like content. And he says, they'd like to see that. He says, you should take it and you should do it on Twitch. And I was like, you know, that is a pretty badass idea, and that is the birth of the Archerverse on Twitch. And then, of course, I simply drew from my past history with Elijah Archer, and of course, you guys in the beginning of the Archerverse, you would have saw a few of the old characters that came back. Iron Rhino became Jason Ironman here on Twitch. We had Typhus Tyson and some of the old characters from GOW Gods of Wrestling, so that was cool. Great way to start up the Archerverse TV. But anyways, yo, Shadowkill Blade invading with 11 villains. What's going on? Shadowkill Blade, welcome into episode number 445 here at the Archerverse. And why the hell did Loudspeaker get timed out? Oh, it's all caps. That would do it. It is all caps. How dare you yell at us, Loudspeaker? Although his name is Loud fucking Speaker, it should be all caps. It should be all caps. His name is fucking Loudspeaker. Stream Elements, you're an asshole.
Yeah, I started back up virtual combat.
Thank you for the follow. Boats and Hoes, appreciate that. Welcome in. Episode number 445 here at the Archerverse. This is the last of our final push week. We are headed into this weekend's WCW Slamboree. This Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our stream preview is a culmination of a month's worth of storytelling, angles, championship matches, rivalries, fiery feuds. We've had all kinds of faction wars. And this Sunday night, 3 brands. YTD Academy, which is of course live on YouTube 3 Saturdays a month, or 3 Sundays a month now. Moved from Saturdays to Sundays, 3 Sundays a month. And of course we have dark matches throughout the week, every single week. We got YTD Academy, we got Wrestle Wars Genesis, and of course WCW Starrcade, all going to war this Sunday night. Looking for bragging rights, looking for glory, looking for championship gold, looking to be immortalized amongst the wrestling gods. So a lot of excitement going on around here. It is this Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. WCW Slamboree, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be a thrill ride, so I suggest you do not miss it. It is going to be absolute fire here at the Archerverse TV, which incidentally is the late night place to be, the most must-see show on Twitch TV, and of course the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence, bar none, period, with the very best community on Twitch, bar none, period. But anyways, welcome in, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the follows. Thank you for being here. You guys are fucking legends. And can we get some shout-outs for everybody? Let's get shout-outs for everybody.
Made me aware of you and I suggested it.
And thank you for removing the timeout on Loudspeaker. You know, Loudspeaker, I don't even know why the hell that's happening, because I got to be honest. The Archerverse TV is full of rabid wolves and professional trolls, which is why we don't have a problem with trolls, because, well, they waltz in here thinking they're going to troll us, and we end up eating them alive. But it happens. But we don't have a problem with that kind of thing, and I don't even understand why it would time you out for doing the all caps thing. It's weird. It is weird. I can't type all caps. I know. And your name is Loudspeaker. That is like an infringement on your character, so to speak. You should sue somebody. I suggest suing Joe Link, because you don't want to sue me. I mean, that's no good. He just got here, the host of the most. You were just getting acquainted. I mean, it just doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Sue Joe Link. Joe Link needs to be sued.
Joe.
I can't sue Joe. Well, you can. You can. It can happen. You know. All right. So, anyways, Joe Link, do you? I made you a mod on Stream Elements, did I not? I'm pretty sure I did. Did I make you a mod on Stream Elements, Joe Link? Because if I didn't, I'm going to. But if I did, can you open up Stream Elements and figure out how we can take care of that stupid all cap shit? Because I've never even ever turned that on, so I don't know why that's a thing. I do not want people in the family being timed out for stupid shit. I mean, if I want to time them out for stupid shit, that's one thing. But for Stream Elements to time them out for stupid shit, well, that's just stupid shit. The stupid shit is stupid shit. You see how that works? The stupid shit is stupid shit. If it looks like shit, and it tastes like shit, and it smells like shit, it is shit. Dave Dimension says it is on by default. Yeah, but I thought I turned it off, Dave, is the thing. Shadow Killblade says, sorry, I'm not feeling well. Yo, Shadow Killblade, if you're not feeling well, you need to go get yourself some rest. Get some electrolytes into yourself. Get some R&R, my friend.
I think so. Not sure I am here, though.
And if you have some post-stream maintenance to do, make sure you do that before you go off to the evening. Yo, loudspeaker! Loudspeaker with a Prime sub! Thank you very much for the Prime subscription, loudspeaker. That is phenomenal. Thank you very much. Alright, so I'm going to get the next match of the night underway. Let's get things rocking and rolling.
So Loudspeaker too.
I mean, if Loudspeaker keeps getting timed out, we'll just make him a VIP too. Fuck it. We can't be having people being timed out for dumb shit. That is just dumb shit. Alright, here we go. Next match of the night. This is a Tables Mayhem match. It is a best 2 out of 3 tables match. And it is between Big Bubba Bruno, the Samoan Lion, BB King himself from Team Soul Embers, taking on The Fiend. Who do you guys think is walking out with the W here? Who do you think is walking out with the W? Honeybee says, are we at the championship round yet? That's a good question. I should actually pay attention to that fact, shouldn't I? Honeybee, how dare you? I should ban you for being correct.
Bubba.
Actually, you know what? You know what, Honeybee? You, my friend, are correct. It is the championship rounds. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are new to the Archiverse, what that means, the championship rounds is the final 3 matches of any card, whether it be Wrestle Wars Genesis, WCW Starrcade, YTD Academy Live, or a stream preview. Doesn't matter. Although at stream previews, people tend to open the betting lines all night long. So anyways, getting to that, the championship rounds, the last 3 matches of any card, you guys get a chance to bet on the matches and earn some Archiverse bucks. So I'm about to open up the betting lines right now for Big Bubba Bruno versus The Fiend. Tables Mayhem. You guys can decide who you think's going to win. Bubba, former multiple-time champion and tag team champion, and The Fiend, well, he's The Fiend. He, too, is a former champion. And, well, he's a psychopath. He's got many problems. Many problems. One of them tonight being Big Bubba Bruno, who's going to try and eat him for breakfast. But give me a moment while I go ahead and get the betting lines open. Just one moment. All right, so who walks out with the W? Is it going to be Bubba, Big Bubba Bruno, or The Fiend? You're going to have 5 minutes to make your bets. And there we go. Betting lines are open, so gamble away, you gambling fiends. Bet your house. Bet your car. Pink slips. Give me the pink slip. Bet your wife if you really like. I mean, Joe Link owns a brothel. She'll have employment. Don't worry. She'll be taken care of. No problem. But anyways, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The betting lines are open, and without further ado,
I bet your lame ass.
the beginning of the championship rounds, even though there's no championships on the line. And if anybody's wondering why there's no championships on the line, another thing we can explain, I guess, for the people that are newer here, the final week of the month is called the final push week here. The final push week is where we see a lot of grudge matches, faction wars, tag teams going to battle looking for a spot on the main card. A lot of things go down, but championships are reserved for the stream preview that week. So there'll be no championship matches until Sunday night. And there will be 14 matches and 14 championship matches. I'm telling you, Sunday going to be the thrill ride. It is going to be the biggest stream preview in the Archerverse history. You don't want to miss it. You want to be here and be part of that party. But anyways, here we go. Without further ado, Big Bubba Bruno versus The Fiend. Tables Mayhem. Let's go. All right, now that said, I am going to take a quick break because I have to use the facilities. I will not be long. You have Joe Link and a couple of other people that will tell you some bad jokes while I'm gone. I do apologize ahead of time. You know, everybody thinks they're a comedian these days. Fact of the matter is, a lot of the times the jokes are quite ghastly and unamusing, but at least there'll be some form of entertainment while the host of the most is using the facilities. But again, I do apologize ahead of time because I guarantee you're going to get at least one bad joke while I'm gone. Maybe more than one bad joke while I'm gone. But it is likely going to happen. Dave Demend, Archer, can I bet your lame ass? Why? You're not betting me. I mean, if you lose, then, that's not good for me. There's no good payoff there for me. I don't like it. Dave Demented, how dare you? Ghastly.
Oh, yeah, I like this guy.
All right, so anyways, I will be right back. Enjoy the bad jokes when they're told. I guarantee you one will be told at least. At least one. You won't have to worry about one from life because she went to bed. But Glenoa's lurking. You never know when he's going to pop in with a bad joke. Joe Link loves jokes, even though most of his jokes aren't funny either. Honeybee Wrestling, however, can tell amusing jokes and has some funny anecdotes. So if you're lucky, Honeybee Wrestling will treat you to a good joke, to which she's already told many tonight, which we appreciate. Honeybee Wrestling, we of course appreciate that. Thank you very much. But anyways, I will be right back.
I got in a nasty argument with my wife about my poor sense of direction. This was the last straw. So I packed my bags and right. My elephant balloon animal wouldn't fit in my car, emoji crying face, so I had to pop the trunk, emoji face with tears of joy. Lol. I was wondering why my printer was always playing music. Apparently it was because my paper was jamming.
The referee calls for the bell, and we now wait for the first fall in this 2 out of 3 falls match. As the name suggests, the first superstar to reach 2 falls in this matchup is the victor.
2 out of 3 falls is definitely a match that inspires desperation in competitors, and personally, I love it.
Suplex!
The stomp in every single part of his body. Ooh, stiff punch. How you establish dominance. Golly, endless trampling there.
Solid punch. He's feeling the effects of that last hit.
If the vegan gets into an argument, do they still call it beef?
Table matches seem almost incompatible with strategy. Is there anything you can plan on in this type of matchup?
Other than not letting yourself get put through a table?
Maybe the final win the war.
Being carried around with ease. Down on the windpipe.
Answer: cause he was outstanding in his field.
Look who's arrived.
Things are about to get...
Here we go.
Oh, man. That was coming in hot at breakneck speed. Going fast and living dangerously.
I just found out I am colorblind. The news came completely out of the purple.
He is delivering elbow after elbow.
He just punched him in the chest. Back in under the ropes. Ah, impressive counter.
He is also there.
Out of the ring, what's his plan here? Up and knee right to the spine.
I have returned, and what in the blue hell is Archer doing out there? What is even happening right now? Big Bubba Bruno versus The Fiend was advertised, not Bruno versus Archer versus The Fiend. What the hell? Joe Link says, why is Archer there? What? Right? That's what I'm saying. I gotta go back up here.
Looks like he has something planned with his table, guys.
I want to know.
2 votes for Bubba, 1 vote for The Fiend. Dave Demented being a jack-off, but betting my ass. Don't be betting my ass on anything. How dare you? Honeybee says, I got a nest in a net. I already read that. My elephant balloon animal wouldn't fit in my car, so I had to pop the... Good God. If a vegan gets into an argument, do they... Honeybee's first bad joke of the night. Why did the farmer win an award? Because he was outstanding. My God, people. Seriously. You know, I leave for a few moments. I leave the masses, the fans, the followers, the subscribers into your capable hands to tell some jokes and entertain the masses, and this is what I get. That is what I get. Seriously. Y'all need to learn how you gotta learn to tell jokes better. I mean, Honeybee was on a roll, but she crashed and burned on the last one. Crashed and burned on the last one. Oh, here's another one. Hold on. Maybe she's redeeming herself. I just found out I'm colorblind. The news came completely out of the... Okay, I mean, seriously. Honestly. Y'all don't watch stand-up comics? You've never been introduced to the concept of actual humor? Oh, come on, I thought it was funny. I say no. I say no, it's not funny. The jury has come... They have come to a conclusion. And the conclusion is... not funny. You're still laughing. She's laughing at her own bad joke. Laughing at her own bad joke. See, this is the problem. This is the problem with people today at the Archiverse TV. When they're not trying to cause villainy, they are simply looking for a way into the spotlight to upstage me. You see how it works? Normally, and I'm not actually going to say, you know what, forget it. I'm not even going to say what I was going to say. I'm not even going to put that out there. But things happen around here. Tonight, it just seems to be a whole lot of bad jokes. So, there's that. And the Fiend just about put himself through the table. Now, if he had a step through that table, would that still have counted, do you think?
Start counting, Saxton.
Y'all think that would have counted? Because he almost put himself through the table there. Trying to get away from Bruno. I'm curious about that one. Alright, anyways. I do still have a list to finish. I think, don't I? Or did I finish it already?
Take it from me. Nothing good ever comes from rearranging furniture.
He leaves the ring and there's no countouts in this one.
No, we still had more to do. Okay. Because we just finished off with Skull and Bones. We were talking about the Motor City machine guns. So next on the list is the Spike Pile Driver. So if you, again, grew up... no, we already read that one too. But we didn't finish it. So if you grew up watching wrestling in the 80s, Arn and Tully were complete heels, the kind of teams you would legitimately hate. Perhaps one of the reasons why was their willingness to not just defeat an opponent, but to completely crush their neck and spinal cord in one final swoop. A pile driver wasn't bad enough, but Arn Anderson delivered one while Tully Blanchard would jump from the second rope and help shove their opponent's head into the mat.
I can't begin to imagine what he's got planned here, guys.
Actually, we read that too, because after that we read the Steiners. Aha, we were at number 3. Number 3 was the Shatter Machine. So for the last several years, the Revival had almost single-handedly educated newer fans about the wonders of tag team wrestling. Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler weren't the flashiest or best-looking superstars, and that was the point. The pair, when given the proper time, would steal the show every single night. They also had one of the nastiest finishing moves in recent memory. The aptly named Shatter Machine. Cash would sink an opponent up as if to deliver a stun gun or a flapjack, but Harwood would swoop in, grab their opponent out of the air, and drive them straight into to his knees.
Punch connects. Lands the knee drop.
All right, so the next one on the list, number 2, is called the Grand Amplitude. So injury, bad looking, and completely strange angle seeing Jason Jordan's cast as Kurt Angle's son completely obliterated any momentum American Alpha had leading into the main roster. If the Revival were reminiscent of Arn and Tully, Alpha was the Steiner brothers or the world's greatest tag team, just a pair of double tough amateur wrestlers that can throw down and stretch a superstar any way they want to. American Alpha would put away their opponents with the Grand Amplitude. Getting tossed into the air by Jordan is bad enough, but for most foes, getting caught, slammed, and bridged into a pinning combination, all in one final swoop by Gable, meant victory was, for that team, was a patriotic tandem. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. The winner of the Tables Mayhem matchup from Team Soul Embers. It is BB King himself, the Samoan Lion, Big Bubba Bruno. Congratulations to Big Bubba Bruno, the weapons of mass destruction, and of course Team Soul Embers. A big victory for Big. You know what, Big Bubba Bruno. I mean, it's going to be. I don't know, Joe Link. I know that you've got a title match with Elijah Archer Sunday night in the main event of Slamboree, but I mean, after the recent run of terror that Big Bubba Bruno is on, and if you've been paying attention to YTD Academy, he's been tearing it up over there too. He just got a big win over the Fiend. I don't know, it might be hard to keep him out of the title picture at Slamboree, Joe Link. I don't know, your one-on-one match might turn into a triple threat match. I don't know. But Big Bubba Bruno is on a roll, my friend. All right, so let's move on to the co-main event of the evening, and of course I'll issue the payout for the last match. Give me a moment. All right, so the winner of the match was Big Bubba Bruno. A lot of votes for the Fiend there. And there we go. The payout has been issued. And I'll get the betting line open for the next match of the night. The next match of the night.
Oh man, that would be interesting.
Is a fatal four-way tornado tag team matchup, but it is not just any fatal four-way tornado tag team matchup. This is a KO tag team show matchup. The only way to win is to knock out all of your opponents. And these opponents, take a good look. The Judgment Day been on an absolute tear, but then you've got the reigning defending tag team champions, the Public Enemy. You've got Tons of Funk, the former champions, and former multiple-time champions. And then over on the left-hand side, we, of course, have Phenomenal Soul from Team Joe Link, former tag team champions. And, of course, all of them looking to catapult themselves to this Sunday's Slamboree. Not everybody is guaranteed to be there, right? The best of the best show up to the stream previews. The average Joe that just came from a bingo hall and into the YTD Academy and looking for a tryout is not making it to Slamboree, are they? They are not. The best of the best. So these guys tonight fighting for the right to fight at WCW Slamboree this Sunday night. What do you guys think? Who wins this match? Phenomenal Soul, Tons of Funk, The Judgment Day, Public Enemy? Sound off. Tell me what you think. In the meantime, I'll open the betting line. All right, so who walks out with the W? Is it going to be Phenomenal Soul? Tons of Funk? The Judgment Day? Or the reigning defending WCW Tag Team Champions, the Public Enemy? You have 5 minutes to make your bets. And there we go. The betting lines are open. So you go ahead and start making your bets on the matchup. And you know what I just remembered? I just remembered the Public Enemy aren't even actually the reigning defending champions anymore. Heart Foundation just defeated them for those titles, so I apologize. Public Enemy do not have the titles anymore, so they too are former champions. So all 4 teams former champions in this matchup. I literally just remember, wait a minute, the Heart Foundation for the first time in a very long time became tag team champions just not too long ago and won those WCW tag team titles. So apologize for the misinformation. I stand corrected. But here we go. Betting lines are open. Without further ado, it is the co-main event of the evening. Phenomenal Soul, Tons of Funk, The Judgment Day, and the Public Enemy. The KO Tag Team Show. Let's go. All right, now I'll get back to my list here in a moment.
And here they come.
All right, so where were we here? All right, we were at the number 1 on the list here. Number 1 is the 3D.
Introducing first.
So no letter and number combination ever struck more fear into the hearts of competitors than the 3D, the Dudley Death Drop. From the moment Devon lifted anyone up in the stun gun position, Bubba Ray, like a homing beacon, would rush in from practically anywhere in the arena to deliver a big ending cutter to ensure victory for one of the greatest tag teams in wrestling history. All right, and again, that list was by the Sportster.com, and it was the name of the article, and it was published by Eric Blatsberg. And the name of the article was The Doomsday Device and 9 other of the best tag team finishers ever. So again, number 10 on the list was the Doomsday Device. Number 9, the Fall of Man, or the Total Elimination, depending on how you know it. The Heart Attack. The Powerplex. Skull and Bones. The Spike Pile Driver.
And their opponents first. At a combined
Steiner DDT or Steiner Bulldog.
Finn Balor and Damian Priest.
The Shatter Machine. The Grand Amplitude. And last but not least, number 1 on the list, the 3D, the Dudley Death Drop. So again, not a bad list. I can't complain too much. It was a fairly solid list. There were some good tag team finishers on there. Whether or not I think those were actually the 10 best ever, I could probably switch some in and out. But I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it was still a pretty solid list. Joke time. How dare you?
Yeah.
Wait, why did Cool redeem a Silly Cool? Did he? Well, I mean, and he's, to be fair, he's already completed the Silly Cool too. So there's that. Christian Cool in the house. What's going on, Christian Cool? The mayor of Coolville, the leader of the Coolverse, the captain of the Cool Kids. His name, synonymous with tuna salad, chicken wings, and Santa Claus. He is Christian Cool. I got banned? Who banned me? Who the fuck banned me?
Making their way to the ring.
I'm looking.
454 pounds.
Redeem ban. Honeybee. That is not good behavior, Honeybee. Honeybee, you're supposed to be on my side, my team. You know, the great conversations, the contract inkings, the signing of one of the greatest female talents in all pro wrestling history, B. Jackson, a.k.a. Honeybee. And this is how I get treated. I get treated with a banning. To which Joe Link has to spend his Archerverse bucks to speed up the ban time because you want to be a villainous little vixen. A villainous little vixen. But karma has struck, hasn't it? Because you had to spend all those Archerverse bucks to try and ban my ass. But Joe Link spent more money to save my ass. He likes my ass. I mean, to be fair, it's a nice ass.
The WWE Universe has been counting.
All right, but anyways, yo, Christian Cool, are you streaming?
It's almost over.
Or did you just get home from work? No, today is, what is today? Today's Thursday. So yeah, you did just get home from work not long ago. But what's going on? Are you streaming? What's happening? What's going on? Are you here advertising, selflessly and shamelessly plugging the Coolverse? How dare you? Twitch.tv/Christian Cool. I mean, we don't need to keep advertising everybody in here. I mean, it could be bad for business. You never know. Joe Link, that did not need to be said, sir. That did not need to be said, or to have people reminded of either, or not necessary. Not necessary, sir. We don't need to put things like that in people's heads. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And Christian Cool is live. He is playing Yakuza. So after the main event of the evening, we have ourselves an invasion target of our own, don't we? Christian Cool live. And seeing how you guys were nice enough to, come into the channel tonight on a night we don't normally run a show, and enjoy the show and have a good time here at the community as always. We may as well spread the love. Send those vibes over to the Coolverse when we're done. I think it is only fair. I think it is only right, if you will. I got to tell you, this match is absolutely chaotic. Absolutely chaotic. I don't even know how the referees possibly keep it up with this match. I don't. Oh, we've had our first elimination. Finn Balor is gone. Oh, Jesus Christ. Did he even hit him? He did not. Bishop B. White landed with nobody home and somehow still got back to his... I mean, he was staggered, but he still got back to his feet. That was crazy. That was crazy. Oh! Slammed him off the edge of the ring and then whipped him into the side of it. Savage. That Bishop B. White is one big nasty bastard, isn't he? The OG teaming up with Uptown B. Henry here to try and take out Demon Razor. This old man Jay Simmons going after Damian Priest. It is chaos in there. It is chaos in there. Oh, big flying forearm for the villain. Good God. Kareem Key Woods with a big discus punch right to the jaw of Bishop B. White. The OG and Uptown B. Henry still trying to take out Demon Razor. There he goes over the top rope. Nice falling neck breaker right off the rope. Sending the throat of Demon Razor right into that second rope. Dude buster by the villain. Now the OG. Oh, look at this. The OG, Kurt Jordan, and Uptown B. Henry going out now. You don't see that very often. Those two have clashed very few times over the course of the years. I mean, for the most part, because they've been longtime friends. So even when they have competed in the ring, it's usually simply been purely out of competitive nature. Oh, big atomic drop by Damian Priest. That is a ghastly move, should be banned. Especially first and foremost, the inverted atomic drop. That is a ghastly move. Should be banned worldwide. I mean, right in the no-no square. I mean, that's not necessary, right? You don't have to drive a knee into the no-no square to hurt the no-no square. I mean, you grazed the no-no square wrong, and it hurts, right? You're sitting in your favorite comfy chair watching a movie, and you shift the wrong way, and you can hurt the no-no square. Right, you know what I'm saying? You know, a good stiff breeze comes along and you're on a nude beach and the no-no square could be damaged. I mean, there are many ways to damage the no-no square without having somebody drive their knees into it. You know, you see what I'm saying? It is ghastly. Ghastly.
You have to believe this was going to be decided by the smallest of margins.
Honeybee says, well, it's nice I can actually lay in today as I got the day off. Me too, Honeybee. We both got the day off work together. Woo! Cheers to having the day off. Cheers to having the day off. All right.
The new jackpot number 30 chance to win a channel redemption for choices 711. The number to win a YCB champion.
By the way, I don't think anybody's won the jackpot tonight so far. So those numbers are still red hot. 711 and 005. And don't forget, if you've only played once, you can play a second time. There's two sets of numbers, which means you can play the lotto twice. And by the way, Joe Link, were you the one? You were the one that won both at the same time, were you not? You won them both at the same time, right? I mean, we had one lotto number for those of you that are newer to the Archivers, we had one lotto number that was standing for over 3 months. It was insane. Nobody won it. And then Joe Link comes in and wins both. 813. Unlucky. 632 unlucky. And Joe Link says yes. Yeah, it was him. Okay, I thought so. That was cool though. And you're the first person to ever do that. Nobody's ever won both at the same time. And it was just, purely because of the way the numbers were laid out, but chances of that happening again are slim to none. I'm sure it'll happen again at some point, but oh, hey, wait a minute here. We're down to 6. I missed an elimination. I missed an elimination. Damn. Oh, B. Henry face first into the ring post. Good God.
Champions from each respective brand, simply WCW. Now please get into the chat.
Man, oh man. Wow, standing Spanish fly by the OG Kurt Jordan. Bishop B. White just suplexed Jay Simmons by his head. Did you see that? Man grabbed his head and suplexed him. And Jay Simmons has been eliminated via Dragon Sleeper. Oh! So Jay Simmons will now join the Judgment Day in the locker room. The villain of the Archivers going after the OG. And Public Enemy teaming up on Uptown B. Henry over there. Jesus, Jay Simmons has not moved. Does he need a paramedic? I mean, there's a stretcher at the top of the ramp. Just saying.
You are following the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence by 9 p.m. Welcome to the World's Gun Hand Job 315.
Hand job. Nice. Most excellent name. Thank you for the follow. Welcome into episode number 445. Hand job 315. Well, why not hand job 365? You know, you're 50 points off of having an epic handle, an epic username. But you stopped at 315. You got to add 50 points to that. You got to add 50. Change your name. Go change your name and come back. Somebody ban handjob 315, please. You got to come back as handjob 365, or just we're not having it. All right. And now, oh, the man just spit in his face. You know, you can call it mist, you can call it whatever you want. At the end of the day, man spit in his face. That is ghastly. It is disgusting. Grotesque. It is ugly. It should not happen. You know what? I almost hope that the OG somehow, I mean, it's probably not going to happen, let's face it, but I hope somehow the OG wins this match now. Omega Phoenix! Thank you for the follow, Omega Phoenix. Welcome into episode number 445. This is the co-main event for WCW Starrcade. This is our final push week because we have our first big stream preview of 2023 this Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're going to get a chance to watch 3 brands go head-to-head for the Archiverse. You're going to see YTD Academy from YouTube. You're going to see Wrestle Wars Genesis and WCW Starrcade from Twitch, and they are all going head-to-head for Bragging Rights Supremacy Championship Gold and a simple, plain thirst for fight and blood. It is going to be a good night. But anyways, good morning, Omega Phoenix. How are you doing? What's new and exciting, my friend? Appreciate you stopping in. It's really weird how many people have stopped in tonight. We've even had some new members of the Fan Jam, new followers tonight. This is not a night we normally even do a show. Listen, I'll tell you the story of what happened. WCW Starrcade is normally Friday nights. Some of you may or may not already know that. Depends how long you've lurked, really, right? But yeah, this is not a normal night. Usually it's Friday nights, but it just turns out that I can't run the show tomorrow night. And we don't like to do shows on Saturday nights if we can help it, because the Saturday right before the stream preview, you like to build that anticipation, right? So we don't like to run a show right before the big stream previews. So instead of doing that, I just happened to have some time tonight, and of course I was off tomorrow, so I was like, let's throw down, baby. Let's get the show on the go tonight. And if all else failed, at the end of the day, at least everybody would have a VOD to watch either later tonight or tomorrow when they thought the show was going to air to begin with. I wasn't really sure what to expect tonight. I was literally just running the show, so everybody had a show to watch, and people just started coming in and stopping by, and we've had people subscribing, following. Good God, it's been a great night. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is all. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Phenomenal Soul won.
All that sounds good, mate.
Phenomenal Soul. KJ came back and I literally was joking. I thought for sure the Public Enemy would have eaten him alive. Oh my God. The OG came back and won that match. Wow. Congratulations to Team Joe Lincoln. Of course, congratulations to Phenomenal Soul. That is huge. Wow. Phenomenal Soul definitely strutting their stuff all the way to WCW Slamboree this Sunday night. Wow. That is fucking crazy. I did not expect that. I was joking. I didn't think that he was going to come back and beat him. Nuts. All right, I'm going to get the payout issued for that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time. It is the main event of the evening for episode number 445 here at the Archiverse. WCW Starrcade coming to a close, but we'll see each other again Sunday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the first big stream preview of 2023 here at the Late Night Place to Be, the most must-see show on Twitch TV. And, of course, don't forget, write it down so you don't put it on the back of your hand so you remember where you were, just in case you break your phone, lose your computer, you can't remember where you were on a certain date. This is the very best in fantasy wrestling excellence, bar none, period. Don't forget that ever. We'll see you Sunday night. 3 brands, head-to-head, bragging rights, supremacy, championship gold. There'll be championship matches all night long. But main event time, ladies and gentlemen, it is the man called Drek from the Weapons of Mass Destruction from Team Deadrek, taking on Psychosis Kyle Riley, the reigning, defending, undisputed WCW World Champion from Team Life is Great. That is your main event, and I'm going to get the main event betting line open in just a moment. First, I kind of have to issue the payout for the last one. So give me a moment while I do that. Give me a hot minute.
Jackpot number for a chance to win a channel redemption of your choice.
All right, hold on.
711. The number to win
Here we go.
TD championship match is 0. I thought me and Claire.
Winner of the match was Phenomenal Soul, and the payout has been issued. And we'll get the betting line open for the main event of the evening. Who walks out with the W?
Switch up. Want to become someone else for the day? Type.
Is it going to be the man called Drek from the Weapons of Mass Destruction? Or is it going to be Psychosis Kyle Riley from Team Life is Great? And for those of you that are newer to the Archiverse, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say Team Life is Great or Team Deadrek, we have certain members of the Fam Jam, part of the community, that have become interactive with the Archiverse, meaning they have inked a contract. Over on the Archiverse Discord, can we drop the Discord link, please, and the YouTube link, please? Thank you. We have, and we call them streamer teams. Those streamer teams, of course, have wrestlers for clients, and those wrestlers progress their careers. They win championship gold. They form tag teams, alliances, factions, and it is an absolute blast, and it's just an added way that you can become interactive and have a little bit of extra fun at the Archiverse. I mean, if you're going to be here every single night, anyways, then you may as well sign a wrestler to a contract. So then not only are you sitting back enjoying the show and enjoying the community, you're also watching your wrestler progress through a career. And then, of course, there's ways you can join the broadcast, become part of the broadcast team, enjoy a different perspective of the show. But anyways, here we go. 5 minutes to make your bets. The final bet of the night, the final match of the night, the main event of the evening, of the final show of the week and the final show of the final push week. Because Sunday night is going to be the extravaganza of the new year. It is going to be a thrill ride when all 3 brands go head-to-head and burn it down. But ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Without further ado, enough about Sunday. You know when it is. It's 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday. WCW Slamboree. The very best in fantasy wrestling excellence is going to light it up and burn it down. You want to be there. So don't forget, We will see you then. But enjoy the main event of the evening. Here we go. Drek versus Kyle Psychosis Riley. Let's go.
I think your match was in the stream per-view Honeybee Wrestling. Not sure though.
All right. Here we go. Honeybee says, I'm confused. Oh, yeah, I do have to fix that, yeah.
The following contest is a tables.
Yeah, Honeybee, I'm not really sure what to tell you there. That was actually supposed to happen. It was booked.
Mass destruction.
We ended up with a different match in there that wasn't supposed to be there. We can discuss that later.
One half of the tag team.
We can discuss that later.
Champions.
I don't know what happened there. We've had some fuckery within. Somebody is tampering with the match booking.
The odds are they will always be stacked against them.
No, Joe Link, she was booked tonight. She was booked tonight. It was Honeybee versus Claire Lee in a TLC match. But for some reason, that match got replaced by another match. And again, we'll not one that was supposed to happen.
Yeah, for the WCW title.
And his opponent.
Well, no, there was no championships on the line tonight.
Mass destruction from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Weighing in at 100.
There's no title on the line tonight. He's just the champion.
The WCW World Champion.
But actually, Honeybee, there was two TLC matches tonight. Yours and this one.
Look at the swagger on display. I love it.
Swagger. Really, Saxton? You know a number of people in the back just despise this.
But yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know why the other match took place instead of that one.
Oh, what else is new?
I'm as confused as you are. So, no, the match for Claire's title wouldn't have been tonight. Glenola misspoke on that. There's no championship matches in the final push week. I was actually talking to him about that later. I don't know why he said that. So instead of for the title, it was going to be a, we were just going to do it for a contract case to make sure you secured a title match. But either way, it didn't even happen.
Don't forget to follow along on social media. Hashtag WWE TLC.
Look around ringside. We are not short of objects meant for pure devastation.
Springboard misses the target.
I can tell you the match that wasn't supposed to happen if you'd like to know.
He deflects it right back.
I mean, and it was a good match. That's the funny part. A little bit of fuckery went on during it, but it was actually a really good match. But no, that match wasn't supposed to happen. So if you would like to know now, I can tell you now, or I can tell you after the show.
Amazing, brutal things in TLC matches past. Corey, would you say that making history is something that's crossed these superstars' minds tonight?
It's possible, Cole, but I hope it's not their focus. Making history is great, but the competitors in this match should really be thinking about winning. Failing that, making it out of this match without any lasting damage.
Omega Phoenix says the game is broken. Tell me about it.
Surprise being scored again for the title.
Great display of strength with the suplex.
And he heads out of the ring. No countouts, no worries.
No, your match is still going to happen for that title. I'm going to have to switch around a different match because there was supposed to be something that was supposed to happen, but that's just not possible now. But
definitely not where you want to be right now. Just carried like a ragdoll
The
here.
Wolfpack still getting the hang of running the show.
Might have just broken
The
something.
Wolfpack still getting the hang of running a show, yeah.
Dragon suplex.
Yeah, they got to learn that when they advertise a match, it's probably a good idea to actually follow through with the match.
Reversal. Can he take advantage?
Oddly enough, the match that is being discussed that replaced Honeybee's match didn't benefit the Wolfpack at all, so I'm not sure they had anything to do with it, but
Going way up high.
I mean, Big Bubba Bruno is weapons of mass destruction, right? I mean, maybe Mitchell Vaughn is behind this. Honeybee, maybe Mitchell Vaughn is behind this.
Powerless position to be in right now.
Ah, that's a possibility. That is something we're going to have to entertain. So I may as well just come out and say it. The match that wasn't supposed to happen tonight, was Big Bubba Bruno versus The Fiend.
Way up there. If that's not it, I don't know what is.
He's setting up the ladder now.
Looks like to me he's got it in the right spot, Michael. He's heading for higher ground.
Perhaps the weapons of mass destruction with an agenda tonight.
That's it, that's it.
What could be going through your mind to leap off a ladder like that? Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow. Very soft.
On the way to the top of the ladder.
Hey, you gotta be careful. So many.
And I don't know if the matchup at Slamboree will still be a TLC match. Maybe a best 2 out of 3 falls match against Claire. TLC match would have been cool for tonight, but for Slamboree, I think we need something bigger, something better, or maybe Honeybee, maybe an iron to gold match.
And the end is within reach here for one of these superstars.
Nobody in this building thinks the match can end here. I think so. Go on.
Kyle Riley just about had that briefcase.
Things are about to get worse for this superstar.
No disqualification.
But look at this, Alan Severn interjecting himself into the matchup now.
Face buster. Attacking the knee.
Good Lord. If it's not War of the Machine, it's Alan Severn. Always some sort of crazy antics with the Wolfpack, and he's attacking the weapons of mass destruction member. This is a double team by the Wolfpack. Oh! Right in the head with the chair. Good God.
Any one of these attacks could cause irreparable damage, but I don't think you can come back from this many.
Dropping the elbow. I'll tell you, this guy's no competitor here is looking to give in. It's going to take a lot to end this fight.
We're just seeing sheer.
I mean, if I was Kyle Riley, I would just let Alan Severn handle Drek, and I would climb the fucking ladder.
The sound of this
I mean, I don't know what he's thinking.
and he's asking for more.
I know, Archer and Severn both interfered tonight. And that being said, Archer interfered in the match that wasn't supposed to happen.
WWE Universe wants tables. Well, they've got tables.
I know, weird, right? Severn is pissed off because Archer helped Bubba, I guess, maybe. It's only okay if Archer helps the Wolfpack, in the eyes of Alan Severn.
To see a complete list of champions from each respective brand, simply type
Position here right in the center of the ring.
WCW.
Well, here we go. Riley climbing the top of the ladder. And he's got the briefcase. Oh, there goes the ladder, though. And Drek with a power bomb. I thought we were going to have ourselves a winner there.
There he goes, right into the corner. In the corner. That'll fillet your chest.
Turn into a back and forth brawl here now.
Finds the advantage after a string of counters.
Ooh. Good God.
And he has free reign to the outside with no countouts to worry about.
All right.
I have come in peace to watch.
I think I still owe a joke time. Joe Lake, do I owe a joke time still?
So honey,
I feel like a joke time was redeemed and I haven't done it yet.
Communities will remain strong by our constant support for one another's endeavors. With the said with. So glorious. Together we will grow strong and our communities will remain strong by our constant support for one another's
I still owe one? Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, let me get rid of that right now.
Yes, you still owe one.
And now he's standing it right up in the middle of the ring. Right where it needs to be.
Here
we go.
Let's see here.
Is the coolest cat in town and will entertain you with his witty and charismatic personality as you enter his great ring play.
It's super focused too, Cole. This may very well be it. Man, spine-crushing impact. He wants it.
Okay, Joe Link, here we go. You ready?
Way up there. Can he put this one?
What did Cinderella say when her photos did not show up?
Perfectly placed, if you ask me. Looks like he's gonna try.
What did Cinderella say
Yeah, I was setting up the
when her
Michael, you know that.
photos did not show up?
Such a potent display of power and control there.
This is unique. Facebuster. And that will leave him with
Best joke ever.
concern.
We're getting into desperation mode for him.
Looking to snatch a victory here, guys.
I think it's going to happen.
He better work quickly.
I mean, it's not for a lack of trying. Riley's had that briefcase in his hands I don't know how many times now. Ooh! Nailed him right in the face. Good God. And look at that, he's getting right back to his feet. Drek, though, probably wants to climb that ladder a little quicker.
Perfectly in the center of the ring. Working to unhook here.
Riley immediately attacking him from behind. Joling says, I don't know. Does anybody else want to have a crack at that? What did Cinderella say when her photos did not show up?
Gosh, what impact.
Finds the mark.
Oh, right to the kidneys.
Golly.
Up the turnbuckles.
What's he going to do?
So, Joling, the answer was, she said, someday my prince will come. Someday my prince will come.
I think it's going to happen. This opportunity is his to take it.
Yeah. Hey, who did that? How dare you boo me? That is gaslight. Denise Grande! What's going on, Denise Grande? Let's do it exciting. Welcome in. Main event, episode number 445. Good to have you. The night just got better because you graced us with your presence. Thank you. We appreciate you. Oh, Riley power bombs him off the ladder. Oh, look at this Air Riley. A 630 senton.
That might just do it.
And here we go. He's going to go up that ladder. Or maybe he's going to pick it up instead. And then set it right back up again because, you know, that was that. And now he's going to do it again for good measures. Didn't like the positioning. Wasted all kinds of time, by the way. Wasted all kinds of fucking time there. I mean, it is the man called Drek in there. That is not a jobber from a bingo hall. The hell's he thinking? Oh! Sky high power bomb. Riley in trouble. And now Drek's going to do the same thing. What is this? He's becoming trendy? How many different positions can we put the ladder in?
Willing to bet we're looking at the winner climbing that
And
ladder
Drek
right
now has the briefcase in hand.
Within his reach. Just
Oh, out goes the ladder. This time it is Kyle Riley returning the favor and taking the ladder out from underneath Drek. An electric chair drop for his efforts. Riley going back upstairs. Another 630 senton. It is amazing how he can fly around the ring like that. It's like he's got a pair of wings somewhere. It is crazy.
Byron, looks like that ladder is
All right, here we go.
Hey, you can't ask for a much better spot than that.
Kyle Riley going to be looking to take that briefcase down.
We might be witnessing the ascent to victory. I think you might be right, Corey. Look at
He's got it. Here comes Drek, though.
the entire
Here comes Drek.
universe is on their feet now.
He's just about. Oh, he's only got. Drek nails him right in the midsection. Some big right hands. Now, big one to the jaw. Down goes Kyle Riley, and look at this. Drek at the top of the ladder. Oh, but what is he doing? Grab the briefcase, my guy. Grab the brief. What are you doing? Oh, my God. Diving elbow to the spine of Kyle Riley from the top of the ladder. That was absolutely savage. And here we go.
Once you do decide to set up and climb the ladder.
And that is it. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the match and new #1 contender to the WCW World Championship. The man that has the right to fight the world champion and waltz into WCW Slamboree this Sunday night and challenge for the WCW World Championship from Team Dedrick. The man called Drek is your new #1 contender. Congratulations to Team Dedrick and congratulations to Drek. Big victory heading into Slamboree. And again, ladies and gentlemen, Slamboree is this Sunday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 14 matches of pure fire. The greatest community on Twitch being you guys. And a whole lot of non-stop professional wrestling action. We're going to see fiery feuds, raging rivalries, championship matches like never before. The first big stream preview of 2023, WCW Slamboree. You don't want to miss it. And somebody just left the Invasion. Can we track them down and ban them for life? Ban them for life. How dare you leave an Invasion? Ghastly, disgusting, and grotesque all at the same time. Shameful. All right. But anyways, I appreciate everybody. Again, not a normal night for us, so I appreciate everybody that did show up. I didn't expect many people to show up tonight. I was simply doing the show so you guys had a show to watch either later tonight or tomorrow, so I appreciate you all. You're all fucking awesome. But it is time to invade Christian Cool. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay. Get the fuck out. Goodbye.
TAV on YouTube, URL.
We are getting a raid, baby. Archer coming in with a raid.